Are we live? Okay, yeah, no, we are. Oh! Ew, no, my voice, where's that playing from? Oh, hang on. Ew, no, my voice, where's that playing from? Hang on. Ew, no, my right, found it. Ew, get out of there. Gross, disgusting. Ew. That was the worst thing. I legitimately jump scared myself, cause I was not. Oh my gosh, I also just spasmed all over the place. Oh my gosh, hello. How's it going, everyone? How's everyone's night been? Yeah, no, I was definitely not expecting to hear anyone's voice. It's completely silent on my end with everything. So getting hit with that out of nowhere was a lot. Wowza. Yeah. What a great way to start. Hi Haley. Hello Possum. How's your night been? How's it going? Yes, we are here for more Haley. As always. That is the main reason we are all here tonight. Let me just go ahead and make sure everything is working as it should. Everything's looking good. Awesome. Yeah, welcome in everybody. How's everybody's night been going? These streams are meant for an 18 plus audience. Yes, and we're probably gonna need to be pinning that for the next couple of streams. So, because that is important. Post the link in the server, and now I'll pin the message. Thank you so much, Tracy. I greatly appreciate you. Yeah, no, we're a little bit late tonight, as I tend to be. To be fair, Wednesdays are like the nights where I'm like, never on time. I don't think I've ever once been on time on a Wednesday stream, so we're totally fine. This is my normal. Let me just go ahead and quickly get those things tweeted out that we are live, just so everyone knows. Bloop, bloop, bloop. But yes, we're going to be going through some more Twofold, trying to get through the Caprice route. I mean, not trying to get through it. Also, oh my gosh, sorry, my brain's a little scatterbrained. But I talked about last time that I needed to make new thumbnails and everything like that, but I don't. I just mislabeled them. So we're all good. I mean, we'll need to make more for before the next one, but we're all good for right now. But yeah, so we're obviously going to be playing through more of Twofold, and then we also are going to be talking a lot more about like what we got going on next week, because we have a special thing starting next week, and I'm really excited for that. It's going to be a great time. I'm just gonna put, for going live, I'm just gonna put Caprice. That's all I'm gonna say. What else do you need, you know? Caprice. With just 1,000 exclamation points. There we go. Excellent. Emoji. Ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. There we go. And now the links. Where? Okay, there we go. Although I haven't an ad break, so I'll be here in 3 minutes. Lol. I do love that. See, that's the only. Everyone's watching the ad breaks right now, but I'll say this for me. That's like the only hard part of trying to make sure that no one gets like pre-roll ads as the streams.
3 minutes.
Ew, no, not my voice again. I thought I was muted everywhere. Why am I not? Ew, get out of here. Gross. Share. I just need to get the link. Thank you. Badoop. Let's go ahead and do YouTube. Is that like, I like to make sure like no one has to like get ads as soon as they click on to like the stream and everything, just because like that always sucks. It always sucks to get ads immediately when you click onto any stream. But the issue is that like if you're actually here at the very beginning, you get hit with ads right at the start, and that is so rough. I wish that there was some way around it like that's better, but that's just the way it works. That's just what we gotta deal with. Copy. Paste. There we go. Granted, again, that's always going to be the... Not always going to be, but that's the one upside of actually you being on the YouTube side. And I bring it up every time, but it's just so true. It's just... That's the main positive of being over on the YouTube side. You may not have access to, like, redeems or anything like that, or any kind of perks, but you don't get the ads, so that's always really nice. Also, let's move on over to the Blue Sky really quick. Just so then I can... New post. Doo-doo-doo. There we go. Also, I guess that... No, I just wanted to copy and paste everything. Please let me... Why are you fighting me right now? Okay, I'm just gonna go like this. It's fighting me. I'm gonna go like this. Granted, it also works, because at the beginning of these, I'm usually just tweeting stuff out. So it's like not that big of a deal, you know? It's kind of just fine. Let me grab this because it didn't want to paste over properly. Thank you, Blue Sky. I appreciate it. There we go. Okay, everything is posted. Badoop. Badoop. There we go. Okay, we Gucci now? Excellent, excellent. Again, I always love that. Just like the only way to keep pre-roll ads from happening is to hit people with it immediately as soon as the stream starts. It's so nice. I love it. It's so great. It's a good time. Oh, what did we have to I had things that I wanted to talk about before stream started. Before, like, you know, our usual 45-hour-long yap sessions. But what were they? Oh no, my brain's completely blanking. I mean, Tracy, we have stuff to talk about because I've been thinking a lot about like the poses that for the reactive fugues and everything. Do you want me to like send you like little dumb sketches of them so then you can like get those like planned out, or do you want me to just like describe them to you and then you could take artistic liberties with them? Which way would you prefer? Because I'm good to go either way. Oh, that works? Okay, I'm going to assume that was to the first thing that I said because the delay. So I'm good. I'm going to do little sketches with them. We can do both things, lol. Yeah, you know what, that's fair. We can definitely just do both of the things, so that definitely works. But honestly, I think for tonight, I know it's a little unusual, but I think we might just skip the yap session. It's definitely not just because I forgot what we were going to talk about. You know, it's already like a little late, and I want to make sure we can get through a decent amount of Twofold, because this stream has a lot to live up to, because the last stream had my favorite scene in Caprice's route in it. One that just made my heart genuinely so happy. I've talked about it in like every stream we've done since the last week's Women Wednesday stream. But the scene of Olive and Caprice on the train just had my heart doing like somersaults, and like I just need more of that. So I think we should just like get right on into it. Again, it has nothing to do with the fact that I forgot what I was going to talk about. Nothing like that at all. Understandable. Definitely not plotting anything for later. You know, that's an odd thing, because I didn't think that you're plotting anything for later until you said that, and now it's making me think that you are plotting something for later. Unless that was like some kind of like reverse psychology thing, you were trying to like make me think that you are, but you aren't for realsy. So I'm not entirely sure of how to take that. So, Revstar. Oh, there's a lot of those little hints like that during our Revstar. Yes, we also watched some Revstar before getting into this, and I was expecting less giraffes. I'm not gonna say anything about it. I don't want to spoil anything at all. I'll just say less giraffes were expected. People always be talking about the evil and intimidating horse, and yet there's an evil and intimidating giraffe right there just waiting. And it's like, oh no, why? But no, it was like a really, really good time. And I had like, to be fair, I had like no sort of expectations of it outside of like that it was about like the general premise is that it's about theater, you know? And as a theater kid and someone who loves plays and everything like that, I was waiting to be represented. And with how dramatic everything is, I'm like, no, I fit in right here. This is my kind of show. So it was we've only watched the first episode. Or at least I've only watched the first episode. That's what we watched together. And it was a good time. I do be looking forward to more of that. But the thing that blew me away the most was just like the action animation in it. I'm like, most shows that entire premise is based around people punching each other does not have this level of action animation. What the freak is going on? So yeah, no. Overall, great time. Especially since, again, it seems like it's actually going to be about like musicals and stuff, and I'm such a sucker for those. I I love seeing, whether they're like movies or like the odd TV show that'll have like, here's like a musical episode, like random little kind of tangent, but like in during like shows like The Flash, everyone had hated the musical episodes where I was like, nah, I love this. I think this is so much fun. And I was the only one who thought those, because everyone else I talked to or heard talk about them was like, no, those episodes suck. But I'm like, no, they're just a good, silly time. Um, so yeah, no, I love, again, like just plays, movies, TV shows, even just like Epic the musical, like things that are just singing, just the songs themselves. I'm like, no, musicals in general are just based. I love them. By the way, did you play Effie Engage with Japanese or English? I played with English. Why do you ask? That's why I don't think I like. If English is an option in games, I'm trying to think if there's any game I've played in Japanese specifically. If there's an English option, because like when it's like comes to like shows, I'll just go with whichever one I like the sound of more. But when it comes to games, if English is an option, I think I 100% of the time go with that. Dang, I was gonna say the Giraffe and Grease shared VA. You know, I can just imagine that voice coming out of Gris. Did I say Grease? I meant to say Gris. And that does feel appropriate. That does sound appropriate. I dost arrive hither from yonder realm to extend my greetings. Hi. Hello, Andrew. How's it going? How's your night been? Has it been a good day? For me, it's just kind of like, I feel bad because whenever I ask anyone about their day, I'm like, oh, I should probably be polite and tell you about my day. But like, especially on Wednesdays, it's like, I woke up and then I went to work and now I'm here. Granted, it was a better day than that because, again, gotta take a little break between work and this to do a little yap session and watch Review Starlight, and that was a pretty great time, all things considered. So, honestly, it's been a better Wednesday than most. Thine moonlight was truly excellent. Thanks for asking, lol. I do appreciate the old-fashioned talk. What started that again? I don't remember. Because I remember someone like we started. Oh wait, was it like when we were doing like the symbol off and talking about being nerds? So then you started talking in like old-timey English, and then everyone was like, please stop. So you're like, no, this is the new bit though. This is the new thing that we're doing. I think that was the context for it. Otherwise, I have truly no idea. So, but yeah, I think with that, did you ever watch Yu-Gi-Oh! In Japanese? No, I've watched some clips in Japanese though, because I only ever watched Yu-Gi-Oh! On 4Kids, like during that era. And I don't think I've watched it since I was like 10 kind of thing. But I've heard like some clips like the Dra Monster Cardo. Giraffe shares a VA with Seto freaking Kaiba, the coolest guy around, the guy with the dragon plane and the dragon cards and the dragon drip. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so fun. I can't. Granted, again, I'm basing it off of like the English performances, but I'm like, I can't imagine Gris's voice coming out of Kaiba. Granted, probably just does this crazy thing called voice acting where they do a different voice. But you know, I'm just used to a lot of like other performances where it's just like, here's just like the voice that they do for every character. Because Brock from Pokemon is forever and will always be my Kaiba, so that it's hard to imagine any other voice coming out of his mouth. That's so funny. It's so funny that this giraffe has just been in everything that I know. Honestly, I found a site where I could transfer new lingo to old, so I just wanted to hop in with some olden speak. You know, I appreciate the hustle and the honesty about it, because you definitely could have just been like, yeah, no, I came up with all this olden time speak off of the top of my head, and I just would have believed you. You could have just completely bamboozled me, but you were honest about it, and I do really appreciate that. Pray how fared the day? Did aught momentous transpire? Again, I watched a show with an evil giraffe in it. That felt pretty momentous. I can speak with 1920 to 1980 slang. Prove it. Do it. Say some stuff. I realize this might be a little bit unfair to ask, to just be like, just whip out the slang, just whip out a conversation out of nowhere, but you know what? I believe in you. I know that you can do it. Evil draft is a phrase I did not expect to hear today, lol. It was a very evil and intimidating draft. And again, I don't want to say anything about it, but again, Revue Starlight had more giraffe representation than I was expecting to be in it at all. I picked it up from Yellowstone. I'll do it as a warm-up, not on the spot, lol. That's totally fair. That's totally fair. Oh, gosh. I'm currently debating on what I want to do when we finish Twofold. Because it's like, there's not going to be a lot of time. Because I'm predicting that Twofold's not going to take us, like, too many more weeks to get through. Because we're probably a decent bit into Act 2, and then we just need to go through Act 3. But it's like, how much time is going to be between this and then the end, and then when we need to start A Tithe in Blood, because I want to play that the moment it comes out. So it's like, how much time is going to be in between there? So I'm curious to like what I want to do in that time. Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to, because I'm going between Heart of the Woods and National Park Girls, just because. Like, I'm worried that something like the Red Queen, we'd get through, like, too fast again, too, so we'd, like, go a week or two without anything. But it's like, do I just, like, start National Park Girls or Heart of the Woods and then move it over to a different day of the week? Because, again, I want to, like, especially because it's the new release, I want to focus on A Tithe in Blood, which would be the Women Wednesday game. There's also Perfect Circle, National Park Girls, please, 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 please. So, all on my own, with no outside influence, I've come to the decision that we will be playing National Park Girls once we finish Twofold. Again, due to no outside influence, this is a decision I came to completely on my own. I just really feel like it, like, especially because we're moving into summer, who doesn't like a good road trip during the summer, you know? Why would we want to do like Heart of the Woods, where it's all about the cold, it's all about the winter, it's all about getting cozied up? It's just not the vibes that we're moving into. So National Park Girls just felt like the appropriate decision to make. Good evening, social. How's it going? How's your day been? Hope everything's been going good. Yiffy, road trip yiffy. Yeah, see, that's fair. Again, I feel like it's just like the right choice to make. Question, have you heard of Grimm's Hollow? That sounds familiar. Wait, are you... What, were you the one who recommended the one super cute webtoon? Is that what this is? Hang on. Grimm Hollow. It's a cool... No, not Grim Hollow Knight. I didn't even type all that stuff in. Grim Hollow. Hey, yo, wait, this game's adorable. Hang on. I wanna pull this off to be its own window, and I'm gonna show this to y'all really quick. Because this game is super cute. Let's move over... yeah, oh no, Twofold's already up. Spooky. Let's just do. I'm just gonna add a new scene. That'll make it the easiest way to do this. Display capture. No, I don't want to do a display capture. Let's do a window capture. That sounds better. Window capture. Okay. Cause this game looks so freaking cool. And I am a massive sucker for, like, pixel art. If you can't tell by how much Oh, hey, it's just... This is the stream now, guys. Sorry. Wait, no, what's moving? I was trying to move the game down, like, the screen down, and it's just removing things underneath it. Why are you moving other things? I love OBS. It's truly the best thing ever. Oh, yeah, I've seen it before. This looks so... Can you guys see my... Why... Whatever. My mouse is so inconsistent on when it shows up when I have it set in the settings to show up, because I like to be able to gesture at things. But this game looks so freaking cool. Like, I love, like, the art up here. I think I'm, like... So I love horror, and I love cozy vibes. Those are, like, the two moods that I really like. So I think I'm starting to fall into, I like cozy horror, which... I feel like it's such a niche interest to have, but what was the name of the webtoon that you recommended, Andrew? Because I've been wanting to look into it, and I definitely blanked on the name, although I think because I sent the image in Discord. What it was Fun Time, right? That was what it was called. Oh, also, Tracy, looking back at the Discord, I realized that I sent you or told you to look up the wrong opening. It was specifically Pokemon Ultimate Journeys. That opening was the one that I was thinking of. Runtime Phobia. Oh, weird that this was saved as Fun Time. That was probably my mistake. So yeah, I realized that, and then I was like, "Oh, it's like 1 in the morning. I'm not gonna message you now because like I don't know if your notifications could like wake you up or anything." Okay, so it is Fun Time. Oh, whew. Okay. Um, yeah, if you want to send the link for that, I think that could work. Just in case other people want to look it up, because I'll probably just look it up on the app itself. Um, but it looks so pleasant. And I've been wanting to get something like nice and cozy to read on there because I'm really trying to get into webtoons just because like also I just realized I'm still completely covered by this Steam page. I um, again, this is just the stream now. Sorry, everyone who came here for Twofold. My apologies. We're going to be looking at the Steam page of Grimm's Hollow for the next 2 hours or so. So, that sucks. Only if you're coming here for Twofold, obviously. Also, yeah, this is free. Like, I know that you said that, but actually seeing that is crazy. I like that it's free, but then the DLC is $8. What is this DLC? What does it have? Fan pack contains 10 plus page art books and my heart. Oh my gosh, I need to buy that. You can get a whole heart for 8 or for 7.99. That's an incredible deal. My apologies. I do like a good cheese-based pun. It do me what my favorite kind. My phone is on do not disturb mode all night. Don't worry. Okay, that makes me feel a lot better. Because especially like people who are like in different time zones, like I would be like, oh, I'm gonna message this person, but I'd be like, it's like 2 a.m. their time, and I don't know if I can message them without waking them up. I guess I'll do it when they wake up. But at that time, I've already gone to bed and everything, and then like I never ever send the message that I was intending to. So I'm glad that we're good there. I gotta step up my game. Then, yeah, no, it is good to know that deck always hurt because they cost. Oh, do you mean DLC always hurt because they cost more? To be fair, it's hard to have a paid DLC that doesn't cost more than a free game. So I feel like considering you get a free game, I think an $8 DLC is like not the worst thing in the world. That seems like a pretty reasonable thing to me, especially because again, I also love art books, and like getting some like free art from like the wallpapers and everything. I'm like, that doesn't sound too bad, especially because you're probably only gonna get it if you're like a huge fan of the game or at least the aesthetics of it. So it's like again, like $8 ain't too bad. I mean, other games will be like, here's like, oh, what was it? I think it was called Nightcry. It was a horror game that had just the worst thing ever. Like the worst like Kickstarter ever where no one got like any of the rewards for months and months after like they were supposed to. Then when they finally showed up it was all like beaten to like to hell and back. And then the game itself I think was like $30. And then the only DLC for it was the on Steam version of the soundtrack, and the soundtrack went for like $20, which is more like in terms of dollars. It costs more in dollars than there are songs on the soundtrack. So it's like considering it's just a soundtrack, which I'm not saying there's nothing against the soundtrack, but it's a soundtrack for $20 on top of an already not great game. It's like, and how shady, again, the main thing I have against Nightcry is how shady everything with the Kickstarter was. That's my main gripes there. Oh, Nightcry though. Okay, I was like, what? Like, no one else here is ever gonna have heard of Nightcry before. That's like such a little thing that no one's heard about before. So I'm glad that there's someone here who gets it. Indie devs decide to be paid. Oh, deserve. Yeah, they do. Honestly, on both, they should decide to get paid, and they definitely deserve to get paid for their work. Especially again, because there are so many like great free games on Steam that I'm like, I would definitely pay for this more than other games that I have like paid for, you know? I'll say for Grimm's Hollow, hard difficulties are drastic in gameplay. Oh, like it's like insane changes between difficulty. That's that's always fun. Because I feel like, to be fair, like I feel like balancing a game with several difficulties is hard. Because if you make like the changes too minimal, then it's like, okay, what's the point? But if you make the changes too drastic, then it's like you can't really find the middle ground on how you want it to be. So that is a rough situation to be in. There's Without a Voice, exactly. Without a Voice is like just incredible. One of my favorite visual novels. Um, and it's completely free. Yes, there's like the Blooming edition, I believe is what it is called. I think that's what it's called. Um, and that's like five whole dollars. So it's like which it adds a decent amount for $5. But yeah, no, the fact that there's just a free version with Blooming Edition, look at me go. I'm such a real fan. I'm so real for that one. Um, so it's just so nice. Again, people who put out free things, they deserve to be paid, even though that's like they put out a free thing, so it's like they're not getting paid from that. But they deserve it, gosh darn it. Um, anyways, to be fair, it's semi-balanced since there's only two difficulties. Okay, okay. That's fair. Cause what I was thinking of, what like I have like whenever I'm like saying stuff like that, I usually have like an example of mine of what I mean. Um, and a game I finished recently, Silent Hill 2, which is not the I talked about it last time. Silent Hill 1 is the video that I worked on for 4 months and hated working on. But Silent Hill 2, I had a great time playing that game, except the main issue I had with it was the combat of it's not that good. And if you play it on the harder difficulties, you're just going to get your teeth kicked in constantly. But then if you set it down any levels of difficulty, you're just going to clean sweep through the game with zero challenge. So there's really no good difficulty to play on in that game. I love how I derailed the stream for wait, I love how I derailed the stream for a cute indie game with a scythe girl. To be fair, I'm always down to be derailed for cute scythe girls. You know what I mean? That's like such a valid thing to do. Um, wait. For a few minutes, all real. That's how it feels, bro. Just either way, too easy or crazy hard. Have you played Silent Hill 2, the remake specifically? Cause yeah, no, again, the changes in difficulty in that game are ridiculous, especially because it only applies to the normal enemies. The boss fights are the easiest people in the game to just body bag, and then you get to the normal enemies, and on hard, one of them could easily pack you up, but then on like normal, oh, it's like here's like 3 rooms full of enemies, and I just beat them all without taking a single hit. It's like, come on, come on. I don't think so. But I've played games very similar to to that change. Yeah, and it's just it doesn't feel good, cause especially when the combat isn't very well implemented. Like I like the design of it, but it just sometimes doesn't work. And I'm not gonna go on a whole tangent about that, just because we are here to play Twofold, and I did say we were gonna cut the Yap session short. But I lied. Oh no, guess what? I lied about keeping the Yap session short. The thing that happens every single time I say that sentence. Who'da thunk? But like if the combat is like really well designed but really hard, I'm very okay doing the Soulsborne thing and trying to get good. Like if I'm losing to someone, I don't like just being like, oh, I've lost to this guy like 2 times. Let me just turn it down. But if I'm getting like my teeth kicked in and I feel like it's not my fault that I'm losing, and then I'm like, okay, well, I don't really want to get good at it because I feel like I can't because the combat just kind of doesn't work. Like the only example I'll give for this is your character has like a sort of soft lock on. Like it's not something that you control. It's just sort of like, oh, there's an enemy in front of you. Your guy kind of locks onto them when he goes for an attack. And half of the time when you're locked onto someone and you do a swing, your character will like step in towards the enemy to bop them on the head with a stick. You know, like classic kind of just hitting people with stick action. But then the other half of the time, he will just be like, I don't feel like locking onto this enemy, and I'm just going to swing directly in front of me and not at all towards the enemy. And then you just get hit. And it's a game where you have limited healing resources, so every single time you get hit and it doesn't feel like your fault, it just feels so much worse. So on that game, I did turn it down, but then it just turned into me just slaughtering through everything. So I was like, oh, well, whatever, I guess. Completely fair though. It's meant to be a hard boss. It's valid to try more, but if it's only a small enemy destroying you, it feels so off. Yeah, and again, specifically if the combat isn't like well implemented. So, because whenever I lose, I just wouldn't. Uh, the times like there would be sometimes I'd lose and I'd be like, no, that was my fault. I played bad. I should have dodged. I should have hit better. I should have like watched around their movements better. But then other times it's like, well, my guy's just not swinging at the enemy. Like he's swinging at like things completely off to the sides, or like sometimes you'll down an enemy and you can stomp on them after. And it'll be like, I'm trying to hit the person in front of me, and suddenly your character will just completely turn around and stomp on the person behind you, and it's like, I don't want to do that. Um, by the way, I think the recent follower thingy has been broken for a while. Yeah, it has. And the sad thing is that I've tried fixing it thrice now, and it's still not working. Granted, I tried it thrice when I like first brought up because it has been broken for a good long while. How long has it been broken for? Asteroid Destroyer, that was a long time ago. So I do definitely need to try again. And actually just spend a little bit more time on it. It just sucks that like whenever, because a lot of like the OBS, the stream element stuff is really finicky. So if you mess with one thing, it can mess with other stuff. So I definitely just need to sit down and like take the time to do that. But yeah, thank you for reminding me because I actually haven't thought about it for a couple of weeks now. Oh no, Lop. Wait. Oh no, Lop. Bro, dang, autocorrect. It always sucks when your enemy is literally in your face and your guy swings behind you for some reason. You get comboed. Oh my gosh. In Elden Ring. This is going on for such a long tangent, but that's okay. I enjoy these talks. In Elden Ring, I go through the mist wall, as you do in those games, to fight the boss, and I click to lock onto it, and the camera does a complete 180 and locks onto a guy behind the mist wall. And so obviously, I get a sucker punch from behind when I can't see the enemy. Just because the game, dude, for as much as people love like Elden Ring and like Dark Souls and stuff like that, the lock on and the camera are like embarrassingly bad for how well those games perform and everything else. Like in terms of sales, in terms of numbers that they pull up, the camera and the lock on are like embarrassing. So nah, bro, not the again. There was a guy on the other side of the mist wall, and they weren't even on screen. Like, cause sometimes like when you first walk through a mist wall, you can see the enemies poking out through the mist wall. But I had walked forward a decent bit already to lock on to the enemy, and then I did the 360. I mean, not the 360, the 180. So like the enemy wasn't anywhere near me. They weren't able to hit me at all. And then I just turned around completely to face them. And then again, I just got beaten from behind, and it was not a fun time. It was not a fun time. Lock on is either aimbot or complete crap, which sucks because I feel like it shouldn't be like that hard to implement. Because maybe I'm just oversimplifying things, but I feel like especially when it's just dude on dude action. Anyways, I didn't scratch that one from the record. I didn't mean it like that. It it should be easy if just like the person is in the center of your screen and you click the lock on button, they should be the one who gets locked onto. XD Yaoi. Again, for how much I've done Yuri stuff, I have never done anything yaoi. That's why I'm so excited to get into Just Blue. So, do we have the quote bot yet? My gosh, I keep forgetting. I did today. I did it like, okay, since it's my busy day, I'm gonna set it up tomorrow. I should have. Maybe we should do a thing of like once we set up the quote bot, we should just go back through our memory banks and be like, what stupid things have I said? Because at least in like with that one, I think that was the only time I've caught it where I'm like, what did I just say? All the other times it's just like I don't register at all what I'm saying until I look over at the chat and I just see people reacting to it and they're like what's going on? Why is everyone what's everyone saying? So, but I caught it that time. To be fair, that one was hard to miss. Quote bot, yeah. I'm hold me to it. What I'm better when there's like pressure on the line. So like, what should I have to do if I don't set up the quote bot? Because that helps motivate me to do things. If there's some kind of like reward for doing it or punishment for not, pay me $20 USD. Okay, that works. Yeah, if I don't set it up by tomorrow, I'll just PayPal Tracy $20. That works with me. Also, I realize we're just sitting on the main screen without music. I should probably turn on the music to the game. Clipped. You know what? Again, I respect the clips. Again, I feel like that one's very deserved. Dang, the $20 wins rip. Beat Elden Ring, no armor. See, I'm not a challenge runner when it comes to Elden Ring. The only game I'll ever do challenge runs for are Pokemon and Kingdom Hearts. I love Kingdom Hearts so much. That's a game that we're gonna have to start streaming soon, because we talk about Kingdom Hearts almost every stream. And I love Kingdom Hearts so much. The clip. Dude on dude action. Let's go. I think I need to set that up. I need to start setting these as like the top clips. Because the top clips from before are all like older. So I need to start setting these new ones up. Because I saw the gluten one. I was just like looking at like my analytics while I was waiting for some work stuff to download earlier today. And I saw the gluten one. I was like, just some of the things you say in the moment are so good. I love it. The only game I do challenge runs is for Paper Mario. Wait, hang on. I guess it depends, because... Ooh, stretch? Ooh, thank you so much, Andrew. I appreciate that. Spine? Yeah, no, that was a good stretch for my spine. So I appreciate that. And my shoulders. My shoulders really needed that. Just because, again, I've been sitting at my desk literally all day and typing away on my keyboard and stuff like that. So I definitely needed to do something for my body's sake. But like, Tracy, have you ever done like a Nuzlocke or anything like that? Or any kind of like stuff like that in Pokemon? Because I guess you might not like... It depends on if you count a Nuzlocke as a challenge run. I would, because the whole point is that you add more challenge to the game. But like, it's also Pokemon, so it's also still not that hard, even as a Nuzlocke. So it sort of depends. What was I gonna say? What else do I need to fix? So I also need to fix the bio, because there's an extra space in there that it took a long time for someone to point out to me, and now it's all I think about, but I've done nothing about it. And then I also need to update the rules on the actual page itself. I need to add the quote bot. Is there anything else that I need to add? What do you guys think? I started a Pokemon X Nuzlocke, but I mentioned the person that hacked my 2DS just erased it. Yeah, that's fair. See, I remember the person hacked your 2DS and erased that part. I don't remember the Nuzlocke part. And I suppose I did an XY Soul Link too. You know, I've ever actually done a Soul Link of any kind. I really want to. It's just something I've never done. Just because it didn't really get like popular and sort of, I mean, I guess, no. I was gonna say it wasn't really popular till recently, but at the same time, like, I've watched Soul Links for like 10 years now. I really have no excuse for having not done one up to this point. But I would love to. Okay, let's do it. I'd be so down to do a Soul Link. I'm so down to do that. And like with that one, we don't even have to like wait for like your GPU or anything. We could just like boot up like our DS's or Switch and just do that. So that would be really fun. I wish I had a movable desk so I could stand and do stuff instead of sitting the whole time. Rip. See, I do actually have a standing desk. I got it for my B-Day. My entire family pitched in to get it for me. And it is really nice, but my legs are so tired. When I have bad wrists, the only thing I can work out are my legs, essentially. So I do a lot of leg stuff and a lot of cardio like that, so my legs are just tired all the time now, even after taking a couple days of break. Because I work out 2 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, and then 2 days off for the weekend. I don't work out at all during the weekend. But even then, my legs do be tired. Rip legs? Yeah, my legs are ripped. You are right. Yeah, listen, I can't put on the muscles on my arms. I gotta put them somewhere else, you know what I mean? I should save up for a poll to try and get Grim Hollow playthrough stream sometime. Wait, for a poll to do that? Listen, dog, we might just do that. Oh, maybe that's something I should do. Like, if it should be like a really high point, like, thing on the redeems, and you could just be like, play this game. And then we will. That could be a fun thing to do. It'll also introduce me to a lot of new games. So that could definitely be something. Oh, Pokemon just announced real-life-sized evolution plushies? No, that can't be a thing. The evolutions are my favorite Pokemon. So I was telling Tracy about this before stream, but I started writing a Pokemon fanfic that I've talked about starting a couple of times. And obviously the main girl's starter has to be an evolution, an Eevee, who evolves into an Umbreon. Obviously, no bias at all in that situation. Sent it your way? Oh, is it on the Discord? Oh, no. Because here's the thing. If I was in the Pokemon world, I would just be Penny. I would 1010% just be Penny and just have a whole house of just evolutions. I wouldn't even like focus on battling or anything like that. It's just like, no, here are my adorable little pets. Hang on, I'm also going to pull this up on stream so everyone can see it. Hang on. Gonna cover myself up once more. Oh my gosh, and I need, especially because the Umbreon and the Espeon. Oh, thank you. Tracy, I was about to tell you to kill that person, and you did it already. Thank you so much. Because I'm like, Umbreon and Espeon are my two favorite Pokemon of all time. Which, again, it's so funny because I've never finished Pokemon Coliseum before. Which isn't my fault, though. I did have a GameCube growing up, and I didn't have a memory card for my Wii for the GameCube. So I really had no way to finish it. But yeah, no, they're my favorites. They're my favorite Pokemons of all time. I love them so much. They're probably going to be so expensive. They're going to be... Because here's the thing. I have no interest in the life-size Lucario or Gardevoir in the slightest. I know a lot of people are for purely wholesome, for only the wholesomest of reasons, you know? I kind of want all of these because they're so cute and I love them so much. I actually have a self-insert Pokemon fic that I won't ever make public, and my team there is Lurantis, Chespin, Minccino, and Joltik. Gasp. How dare you not make this public? How dare you just come in here and promote it in this way and be like, but you can't read it. How dare? But that does... It's exactly the same thing. It's like, here's just your favorite guys. Here's just your favorite people on your fanfic team. I don't wanna make me kissing Roxanne public. Oh my gosh, you had a crush on Roxanne? Ooh. Well, hang on, why wouldn't you want to make that public? Everyone else makes their self-insert fanfics public. As far as I know, I haven't really actually read many self-insert fanfictions. So that was one of the times I'm just pulling it out of my butt, just being like, yeah, here's a fact, I don't know if it's true or not, just so I could like try and get my way. And see, that's what I'm trying hard with on mine, is I don't want it to just be my favorite dudes, but like, she's definitely gonna end up with Pokemon like Nidoking and Flygon and Greninja and stuff like that, just because I like them. But at the same time, you gotta write what you like, so... Yo, real, that's a cool idea. See, I think I think that's a really cool idea, is to just do like the redeems to get like new games played on stream. Granted, we gotta beat Undertale first. We gotta beat Undertale before we move to anything else. Granted, I was also talking about this... God, we really need to get into the game soon. But really quick, I was talking about this a bit off stream, but I've kind of been thinking I want to start streaming on Sundays as well. It's probably not going to be every Sunday, but I'm going to do it as often as I can, just because I want to start streaming other things outside of just the, our usual visual novels and Undertale. I want to start doing other stuff. And so I've been going a lot about like what games I want to play first. And I'm currently debating between Little Nightmares 1 and 2 It just kind of depends on if my PC can handle playing those while also streaming right now, so that might be the deciding factor. And then the other one is Kingdom Hearts. That, because I have a capture card, so I can play those for sure, and it won't murder my PC. So that's nice, but I'm going between those ones. Because I think in a perfect world, if I could manage it, I'd like to do 2 days of visual novels and then 2 days of games. And they'd be like different, it wouldn't be like, say like Twofold both those days. It'd be like, here's, I'm not gonna say that sentence that I was about to say. Here's insert. I completely blanked on visual novels. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that was bad. That might be one of the worst mind blank moments I've had on stream. Yeah, just here's Tsukihime on one day, and then here's Twofold on our Wednesdays, and then like on Thursdays it's like here's our Undertale, and on Sunday it's like here's a different game, that kind of thing. I think that'd be like my perfect schedule. And then something, I don't know how people would feel about this, but I've been wanting to also incorporate like kind of like work days in a way. Like I want to start like doing like writing streams, like just a day where, or like not necessarily a day, but like just whenever I can, of being like, here's like a little bit of time that I want to spend writing stuff on stream, and then other people can come in and work on like their own creative projects, whether it be like writing or art and stuff like that. I think that'd be a lot of fun to do. So it just kind of be depending on if like people would be interested, you know? Wait, that'd be fun, but you'd get so distracted. Lol. Me distracted? That's never happened before. I don't have terrible ADHD, and I just kind of look around like a dog chasing a squirrel half the time. Come on, you're thinking of a different streamer. Imagine if they made life-size Dynamax Pokemon. That would be crazy. They'd have to literally like rent out like football stadiums to put those guys in. I just want them to do like something crazy. Like there's the life-size Garchomp, but that guy needs to sit down. I want them to try and figure out how to get like a big boy. Like here's a life-size Ursaluna, and it can actually like be stanced up on you. I think that'd be so freaking cool. Obviously super unrealistic, and it also probably cost like $2,000 at the minimum to buy something like that. Like my heart and wallet are currently already seizing up from the idea of buying one of these, because I'm sure they're going to be hundreds of dollars. But I really want them. So I want Pokemon to do something like that. Like, they did the Altaria, like, kind of bed cushion thing, and that's super cool. But I want them to go bigger. I want them to get big with it. The Lumi and Lacey one isn't self-insert. She has parts of myself, as all characters I create do, but she's very distinctly not me, just like Hannah and Celine. Yeah, that's why, like, when I was talking about you don't want the self-insert one out there, I didn't bring up, like, the Lumi and Lacey one, because I'm like, this one doesn't feel self-insert-y, you know? She feels very much so like her own character, so... Oh yeah, I thought we got Undertale. I forgot, lol. Yeah, we do be having Undertale. We still have to finish the pacifist run for realsies, for surezies this time, 110%. And then we have a whole genocide route to do, which sounds like it's going to be so fun, because it's just going to be a lot of grinding, and as we all know, gamers' favorite things to do is to grind, so that's what we're going to be doing. This is also why I took the Iron Valiant and Meowscarada out of Lumi's array of Pokemon. She has it already, because those are my Pokemon. Yeah, that's fair. Those are like the dudes you put in to be like, yeah, these are like my guys. So it does make sense that you had to like, that you'd like took them away to help Lumi feel like more distinct as like her own person. Especially since she is like an Elite Four Team Star member, so like there's like, needs to be like that kind of team cohesion with her. So that does help. A streamer I know has a life-size Onyx plus. I just completely butchered that. Hang on. Do you have a link to that? Because I would love to see that. I'm also currently trying to look it up. I sent you the video. Did you? Oh my gosh. Wait.
We're gonna see the Onyx for the first time. Okay.
Wait. I'm showing this. Discord. There we go. No. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, where'd you go? There you go. Why'd you leave us? That was so rude. Don't worry, this is also the only thing of the Discord I'm gonna show. I'm gonna make sure to get it blanked away before I, go away from it. Peek? No, if this is actually a real life-size Onyx, this is going to be the craziest thing ever. Hang on. Like, is it a thing that you can, like, buy? I'm trying to, like, get this formatted well, and that, you know, that's fine. That's good enough. Is this a thing that you can, like, buy somewhere? Or, like, did he get it, like, custom made? He commissioned it? That's insane. Okay, so in 30 years when I'm rich and famous, I'm gonna start commissioning life-size Pokemon. My goal will be to get a life-size Dynamax, or sorry, Gigantamax Eevee. That will be the mission. Okay, let's check it out. Let's check it out.
Ooh. Oh my god. About 2 years ago, the Pokemon Company had just announced a life-size field plush. And during one of my live streams, Chad and I started talking about other ridiculous ones they released, like
this just turned into a reaction video.
Eventually, we started thinking about which Pokemon would be cool and fun to own if they were truly life-size, like what it says in the
Let me go like this. Is this a good volume for y'all?
Something like this, and I don't know about that. Alolan Exeggutor was another one that came to mind, but
Alolan Exeggutor is like 17 feet tall. It's like one of the tallest Pokemon. It's super low. Okay.
This is at least 3 meters, I think. 8 meters? Oh god. That sounds
there we
amazing,
go.
though.
How about that? How's that?
I want a life-size Onyx plush. Damn. Who do I contact? I have a commission. How much would you pay for an 8-meter
Better?
Onyx
That's
life-size
good.
plush,
That's
guys?
good.
I think I would pay $700, $600.
That's not.
The idea of owning a life-size Onyx plush.
Isn't that how much like the life-size
And
Gardevoir
eventually,
is?
I started looking for an artist just to see if anyone would be interested in making it, and to get an idea of how much it would cost. Long story short, I found a plush maker in Germany that actually agreed to this crazy commission, but we had to make some adjustments. I really wanted this to be truly life-size, like it says in the Pokédex, but if you Google Onyx, it says it's 8.8 meters long, or about 29 feet. However, if you played Pokemon Let's Go Eevee or Pikachu,
life-size Gardevoir is like $350. Yeah, like so I guess it's like half the price that he said, but even still, like that's $350 for just kind of like a small, thin person as opposed to a massive rock snake. So again, I'm gonna guess. So I guess Tracy can't do this, but like let's take bets on how much it cost. I'm going to say 3,000. That's my guesstimation. That's how much I'm predicting that this Onyx is going to be. When we can pay $7.99 for a heart. Listen, in capitalism, the human is not worth that much, all right? But the plushies, that's where that's where it's at. The products, you know. Oh.
You might remember that there is huge and tiny versions of each Pokemon. So I looked up how big.
Oh my gosh! Wait, is he doing a huge Onyx? Oh, please.
The smallest possible Onyx would be. And
the opposite of what I said. He took that and went in the opposite direction. I was going to be pogging so hard if he made the 40-foot long Onyx. Also, Pokemon's so silly. I don't think I've always known that Pokemon weights are stupid. Like a Pokemon like Venusaur, I think is like under 400 pounds when it absolutely shouldn't be. A 17 feet of rock is not 138 pounds. That is so silly. This is 463 for a 28 feet of rock is not how that works. I love you, Pokemon. Or a Pokemon like Drowsy being 21 pounds. That's absolutely ridiculous. I'm sorry. That's so not how that would work. It's still massive. No, it's still massive. It's still massive. But the allure of when he started bringing up the Let's Go sizes, I got so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, going to go big. But, you know, no space for it. Yeah, but like, that's fine.
You wouldn't believe it. It's still 5.3 meters long, which is, you know, considerably smaller than the 8.8 meters from before, but still quite the project. This idea turned out to be way more expensive than I originally thought, but You wouldn't be watching this video if I didn't pay for it anyway. At the end of this video, I will reveal how much I actually spent to get this Onyx home. Until then, maybe take a guess in the comments. Now the question is, how do I get this monster of a plush?
I sadly know very little of Pokemon, so RIP. Sounds cool. I mean, hey, that's totally fine. You don't need to know everything about it. Especially because all you need to know for this is made an Onyx plushie, and Onyx do be very big. You know? That's all you really need to know.
Home. I'm gonna pick it up, and like a true European, I'm gonna use trains to do it. You might be saying, Chris, wouldn't it be better to rent a car to pick this thing up? Well,
Yeah.
shipping it would have been quite the struggle for the creator, and also really expensive considering how big that thing is. Renting a car, on the other hand, would have made so much sense, and it would have been also so much faster and cheaper. But I live for the chaos. And I'm gonna use the best transportation method in the world.
So the Onyx isn't getting on the train. I'm gonna say that right now. Also, I'm so sorry if you came here for Twofold tonight. We'll get to it eventually. But the Onyx is not fitting on the train.
6 IKEA bags.
Ooh.
We're gonna see the Onyx for the first time.
Nani?
Okay. In there.
Oh, is it like broken into pieces and you can like attach it together?
Ooh. Oh my god. The pictures make it look a lot smaller. Yeah, I think this will fit in.
Okay.
bags, though.
Yeah, it is basically what I said. It looks like you could just like take it apart. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Oh, never. Oh, wait. Yeah, no. Okay. When he started picking it up and it all went with it, I was like, oh no, this is one thing. But no, it is segmented off like a Dunsparce and with like all the chains that you can link together. Okay.
I love it. After meeting the Onyx, we went down to check out her workshop and also take a professional picture in her plush photo
Ooh,
booth.
that's cute.
When you first got my message, what did you think about the request?
I was like, 8 meters? Does he know how long this is? I mean, I could do it because I have the space.
Yeah.
I have lots of tables. But I was like, how is he going to ship it? Or am I going to ship it? Send it to
That's why I was looking for a creator in Europe, so I could drive and pick it up, which I didn't end up doing.
This is my photo booth. Onyx doesn't fit in.
Hang on, I'm going to skip slightly ahead just so we don't like cop the entire video here, especially since this isn't what we're here for tonight. I want to see the Onyx. Okay, so yeah, he could get on the train. He could get on the train. Because I like legitimately for a second there, I was just watching this video. I kind of forgot I was streaming there for a second. I love the truck wall. The truck wall over. Oh, you guys can't see my mouse. Why? Whatever, OBS. I appreciate you. Yeah, no, I do be loving the truck wall. We can see your mouse. Yeah, again, sometimes it just doesn't appear, and sometimes it does. Whatever. Yeah, we gotta make sure we get the price in there. Let's do to when he gets it home and lays it all out. Okay, here we go.
With the Onyx parts in my bags, I headed back home, but I still had to show chat that I actually did it. I'll just pull it into frame, okay? I hope you're ready.
I think this is going to be like a good test to see how realistic it would be to make. Oh, nice. That's adorable. The Onyx plush in life size.
In all its glory. 2 years. Now we'll put this right here.
It's going to be a great test to see how much, again, like the Ursaluna, like, because I think an Ursaluna one would be so good.
Say hello to my new stream friend. Just enough space on my desk for this little guy. Can't even see the whole thing. What do you think, Chad? It is so big and heavy. How cool is that thing, huh? How cool is this? I think on the couch would look funny, so we're just gonna make that happen really quick. But I might actually place the head here after. We'll see.
Oh my gosh. It's so freaking cool.
Although that looks pretty cool. Does it look cozy?
Oh, it looks
Does the
so
Onyx
cozy.
look like it's chilling?
Mm-hmm,
It looks depressed. Wait,
Looks
does
like
it
it's-
look more depressed or more,
No, it looks like it's vibing. It's vibing hard right now.
or more like it's chilling?
Never mind. I guess I was wrong. Sorry, guys.
It looks drunk. It does look a little drunk. All right, chat. Now, final question because I wasn't reading chat this whole time. What do you think? Worth it? I like rock noodle. Yeah, it's good. Please clap. It's so cool. I'm so glad I bought it. This was the single most expensive thing I've ever purchased. So if you like the idea and the video, maybe like it, share it with your friends, or subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. Okay, and now,
Good job, Tracy. You did share it with your friends, so good job.
how much was this thing? Here's the actual breakdown of money I spent to get this Onyx home.
Oh, I'm so
It was
scared.
about
I'm so scared.
700 euros for just the head of the Onyx. 1,000.
Just the head? I was getting ready to be like, oh, that's not as bad as I thought it was. But that's just the head? Are you kidding me? Almost $2,000? Just for just the head. Yeah, Lamau. What the? Oh.
500 euros for the body. 257 euros for 2 train tickets for me and my friend to pick it up in person. And 19 euros for IKEA bags, which is a total of 3,476 euros. Do I regret spending this much money? Absolutely not. Have you seen how cool this thing is? Huge shout out to Cheap Plushwork for actually taking this crazy commission, and thanks.
Oh, her logo's really cute. That's adorable. I'm still. At least I was like kind of right. I wasn't that. I mean, I guess I was $700 off. That's a lot to be off by. But if you think about it, it's just like, 1, 2, 3, 4 grand. It's like, if you think about it like that, those numbers, it's not too bad. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, there's my dreams of Ursaluna just died right there. Because the head, I'm guessing that the reason why the head was so much money compared to like the rest of the body is because of like how articulate it is. Like there's a lot of like details going into it. There's a lot of extra stuff that needs to be done. Whereas like the rest of it is just kind of like, here's like rock, That's it's still work to do, especially actually like make them feel like plushy and everything. So like it's still is obviously a lot of work, but like the head itself is a lot, again, more like articulated. There's a lot more like details to that specifically. So getting a body that isn't just rocks as a life-size Pokemon, yeah, that's too much. That's too much money. So, well, the dreams started tonight and they died tonight. R.I.P. Rest in pepperoni, Bozo. To my dreams. Do you still want the one that was over double in price? Size even? Suddenly the smallest Onyx possible is looking really nice, right? I mean, besides, it's 8 meters. 8 meters isn't that small. Like, Titans come in that size from AOT, So obviously, ad break. Go me. Excellent. It sure has been an hour. Yeah, it sure has been an hour since we started streaming. Twofold. Whoa, we're coming for you. We're gonna get there eventually. I have been hit with ads. Ugh. Okay, there we go. Yeah, let's get out of Discord. Hang on, I want to do some real quick size looking at right now. I mean, we have the time. You and me, YouTube. We got the opportunity to just where's YouTube? Hang on, where's YouTube on my screen? There. Wait, Miku. Hello, hi. I'm so sorry I missed you. We got stuck. I don't know if you're still here. You're probably still not here. I'm so sorry. Hi. How's it going? My freedom, please release me. I can't believe Hatsune Miku. Oh, that's so sad. Sing Rolling Girl for us if you're still here in the chat. just the entire song. I'm so stupid. Yeah. Let's. I needed to look something up for research. While I have the time. How tall is Lady D in meters? 2.9? Dang. That onyx is huge. It didn't look... Granted, he obviously couldn't, like, stand it up at its full height. But it didn't look that big. I guess that's huge. Oh my gosh, because... Yeah, alright. Because she do be tall. Oh my gosh. This stream's a disaster. I love it. This is what I stream for, personally. There we go. Oh my gosh, what's that? Twofold music? Nani? I didn't know that was a possibility. But no, I was thinking like, you know, it's not gonna be like too bad. Again, I was thinking like $3,000, which is still a lot. That's still an obscene amount of money to spend on something like that. But 4,000, I'm like, oh no, that's too much money. So yeah, because I was also like, you know, another cool one would be like a Tyranitar or like a Dragonite. Like, I just wanted to do something like stupid and just massive. I want to do something massive, and it's just not gonna work. Back from ads, I have tragic news. Hatsune Miku was in the YouTube chat that whole time, and I ignored her. The Hatsune Miku. I'm such a fraud. I'm such a failure. I'm not a real fan. Oh my gosh. Hatsune Miku. Yeah. I tried to get a live performance of Rolling Girls for everyone. But I couldn't. It was too late. I had ignored them for too long. So Hatsune Miku is gone. Is the plan like an hour and a half of Twofold or something along those lines? Yes. Speaking of which, Twofold's up. Hey, how do you guys feel about playing Twofold tonight? Is that something we want to do? We ready to jump into it? I should truly never say the words, I'm going to keep this yap session short. I should never say those words again. This is the reason I need to start adding chapters to in the description of all the YouTube streams, because I feel so bad for anyone who comes to this stream for Twofold, and then it turns into surprise Pokemon reaction. I feel so bad. Yo, Twofold, I forgot that we were doing that, lol. Let's go Twofold. Let's go Twofold, exactly. Let's get on into it. Purple clouds shade the sky, outlined by the low-flying sun. Hang on, I want to double-check something. Okay, so this isn't an instance where my cursor pops up. Excellent. If we go overtime, we can continue Revstar some other day, so we don't feel bad if you don't want to cut short cool moments or something. Yeah, depending on where we get to, well, it'll decide what we do from there. So, because I do try to like to end these at like bigger scenes, like it feels like a big thing just ended, then like that's usually a good time to end it. I stand waiting for the trolley, grocery bags in hand, ready to head home for a dinner with Mom. I've got to work on my final tomorrow, but this is a rare night where both Mom and I are free, and we want to make the most of it. Oh my gosh, we gotta spend time with August? Let's go. My ride eventually rolls into view, as do a couple of familiar faces. Ollie! Let's go. Hi, Caprice. Hello. There's my riding buddy. It's unusual to run into her at this hour, though. Miss Shifton is sitting next to her, giving a small wave in stark contrast to her daughter's wild, sweeping gestures. Hi, Caprice! As I approach them, Caprice pats the seat next to her with a flailing arm.
Sit down, sit down!
Yeah.
Hello, Olive. Or is it Ollie now?
Good evening, ma'am. Olive is fine.
Okay, Olive. But please, call me Charlie.
No, never.
Alright.
She comes across as kind and sincere, but I don't think I'll ever really be comfortable being on a first-name basis with her. A feeling I'm sure is coming through with how instinctively I avoid her gaze.
Mom, don't bully them.
Mom, bully them a little bit more. Is this bullying? I can feel myself sinking into my seat. Charlie laughs.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. Caprice talks about you all the time. I already feel like I know so much about you.
She does? This is the second time that she's mentioned something like that. Considering we've only met twice.
No worries. It's nice to see you again.
Likewise.
I turn to Caprice to answer the question that's becoming more and more invasive every millisecond that passes by.
You talk about me? Or...
Of course. I tell Mom everything.
I know all about the art club's adventures. She has a new story for me every few days.
She puts a point on that sentence with a gentle smile that reminds me of my own mom's. I guess it's just a thing they're all able to do.
She's told me about your situation. I'm rooting for you too.
Oh, thanks.
These two must share everything with each other. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Caprice is the type to talk anyone's head off, and she must have gotten that from somewhere. I'm really close with my own mom, but the relationship these two have feels entirely different.
There's no way they're going to fail after how much the club has helped.
There was a time I would have protested this, but I know how much she means it. That, and I actually find myself agreeing.
Yeah, I really would have been lost without you guys.
Oh, well, you know, you couldn't have done it without yourself either.
That's so true. We should get that on a shirt somewhere. The words stumble out of Caprice in a rare moment of bashfulness. Wanting out of this conversation as quickly as possible, she turns back to her mom instead.
Ollie isn't giving themselves enough credit. We wouldn't have made it this far if they weren't willing and determined.
So I've heard. Several times.
What did I just say about bullying them?
Charlie looks to me, raising her hand in a half-hearted wave.
I'm sorry, Olive. You weren't the intended target there.
Excuse me?
I'm going to die.
I'm glad to hear things are working out. All I hear from Caprice these days is all of this, all of that. How's their progress going? Whether they'll pass their final.
Wait, all of what? What are we talking about? I don't get it. I'm sorry, that was a terrible joke.
You and I are lucky to have her, huh?
Jeez, Mom.
Caprice quickly averts her eyes from her mom and onto me, only to dart them away again when she realizes I'm looking at her. The only option left to her being to stare awkwardly at the other side of the car.
You sure are, though. Especially you, Ollie.
Having collected herself, she points at me, finger once again so needlessly close to my face. I can't bring myself to even pretend to be annoyed.
So where are you headed, Olive?
Home, if I can help it.
Us too. We were shopping.
Oh my gosh, no way, me too. They have some bags around them too, and also takeout boxes, probably full of leftovers from some restaurant. Miss Shifton is so cool. No, Miss Shifton is... Sorry, Charlie is so cool. I do love her a lot.
So was I. Needed to pick up some things for dinner. My mom's over at my apartment.
It honestly really does. It's an instance of, like, because of Millie's route, I feel like I already know... Because I was literally like, I just said, like, I love her, and, like... but I was thinking, like, you know, we haven't really seen her too much in this route, as Olive has already pointed out. It was like, that's kind of like the benefit of having, like, the two routes, is I feel like I already know so much about Charlie because of that, you know? So it's like, really, again, you're just getting to see more of the character.
Oh, how nice. Pass on a greeting from me, won't you?
And for me.
Got it.
We spend the rest of the ride chatting. I almost missed my stop.
See you soon. Don't forget to do your best on your final. Don't hesitate to ask me for help.
Bye, Olive. Take care.
I will. Have a nice rest of your night, you two.
As soon as I open the door to my apartment, I'm assaulted by sounds of bubbling water and savory spices.
Hey, I thought I said not to start cooking without me.
You cooked for me last time. I'm cooking this time. Plus, it had to get started soon. This isn't a quick meal.
Well, you're gonna need these.
I hold open the bag I bought full of veggies and potatoes.
Good! It's almost time to start throwing them into the pot. Help with the peeling, won't you?
I free myself from my heavy jacket as quick as I'm able before taking my place beside her at the cutting board, placing the bag of veggies between us.
So, how's your project coming along?
She's quick to pull a couple carrots from the bag to begin her work. I grab as many potatoes as I can for myself, if for no other reason than to try and minimize the amount she has to deal with.
I haven't actually started yet.
Oh, oof.
But...
I'm picking up the supplies tomorrow.
That's good. Do you know what you're gonna do for it yet?
After a lot of talk with Caprice and the club...
I feel like it's gonna fade to black and we're not gonna hear what Olive is preparing to do. I feel like we're not actually gonna get to know. Oh yeah, I also remembered another game similar to Grim Hollows, Paper Lily. We're not gonna go on a full Steam page tour of that, but I want to quickly look it up just what's already in there. Ooh. Hang on, no, I can't. Don't get distracted. Stay on target. Lock in. Gosh darn it. But thank you for the suggestions. That does look pretty cool. Oh, I already know what they're gonna do. Okay, well, that's cheating though. That's cheating. You've already seen what they do. Lock in, exactly. Gotta lock in. I was borderline about to be like, oh my gosh, let's look at this trailer too. No, focus. Lol, he got distracted. Both games are pretty cool. Anyways, back to Twofold. Exactly. Those are for later times. Because it's Twofold time now. I look over at my plant roommates sitting on their windowsill as always.
I've got something in mind. Maybe.
Don't do this.
I'm really glad to hear that.
Aw.
Just a few months ago, you were so unsure about all this.
Let me know.
I'm still unsure. Just a little less than normal now.
Well, I'm sure you've got nothing to worry about. It sounds like your friends are doing everything they can for you.
Let them cook. I am letting them cook. I just want to know what they're cooking, you know? I want to know what's on the menu. That's all.
Yeah, I've heard that enough times from Caprice already.
And you're finally starting to believe it, right?
Maybe a little.
She nods as she drops her chopped carrots into the pot before reaching back into the bag.
Speaking of which, I saw her on the trolley with her mom. They say hello.
Ah, I'd love to meet her again someday. Her mom, too.
It'd be nice to make that happen. We could invite them over sometime after the semester.
It takes me a moment to realize she stopped her chopping as I finish up dicing the potatoes. I look to her, worried she may have cut herself or something, but all I find on her face is a smile.
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. Nothing. Are the potatoes ready?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
After moving the knives away, she lifts up the entirety of the cutting board, pushing all of the cut veggies off of it into the pot before giving it a good stir.
I was just thinking about how funny the situation turned out.
I'm struggling to find the humor here.
It's always been so hard to get a smile out of you growing up. As hard as I tried, I treasured each and every one I managed to earn.
I hope she gets the comedic part of this observation soon. I'm not sure if my heart can sink any lower.
You wear it so naturally now, though. Regardless of what happens with your finals, I really think this past semester may have been one of the best things to ever happen to you.
She finishes her stirring, turning the heat on the stove down as she places a lid over the pot.
Personally speaking, I think the irony is very silly.
With all of the stress and anxiety surrounding it, I want to refute it so much, but in a few days, one way or another, I'm gonna get you. Those worries are going to be gone, or at the very least, they won't matter anymore. Where will that leave me then?
Maybe I'll appreciate the joke more later.
It'll grow on you, I'm sure.
She knows. I'm pretty sure everyone but Olive and Caprice know. So I'm pretty sure that they are the last two to catch on to the bit. As casually as ever, she passes by me to get to the sink and turns the hot water on, washing her hands after doing the bulk of the cooking tonight.
So, tell me more about her. Caprice?
There's a lot I haven't really mentioned to her. I just never thought it was important to say. Now I'm not even sure where to begin.
Did I ever tell you her mom works at the aquarium?
Really? What does she do?
She's one of those presenters who talk about the animals.
I tell Mom about the aquarium and Caprice's love of sea life, how she's already making plans for another visit. Even when she isn't physically present, Caprice ends up being the center of attention as I recount our time together over the past semester. From there, I tell her other tales of our little art club. She shares more stories from work and her own life. It's a warm winter evening. That's cute. That's cute. One of the few things I took from Celine and Cher. Yeah. That everyone else catches on to it first. Last night I went to sleep around 3 a.m., clinging to the hope that if I never actually slept, then tomorrow somehow wouldn't arrive. Excuse me? How dare? How dare? Excuse me? How dare? Time's betrayed me once again. Tomorrow is now today, and today is mostly gone. The majority of it was spent at work, the stress being the only thing keeping me from entering a vegetative status. Alright, I'm gonna head out. I clearly can't read tonight. I've become illiterate. I just gotta go. The majority of it was spent at work, the stress being the only thing keeping me from entering a vegetative state my entire shift. After that, I immediately went out and bought everything I needed. I've settled on using some higher quality colored pencils. I've also picked up a backing board trimmed to the size specified for the assignment, and an oddly specific brand of glue as per the professor's instructions. All that's left is to sit down and do it, I guess. I take a seat at my desk chair, placing the bag of various art supplies down on the floor as gently as I can, knowing they're the most important thing I own at this moment. I bought some extras of everything, just in case, but that doesn't ease my worrying at all. I move my keyboard to the side, leaving ample room for my pencil, set, and paper. Everything's ready to go. Just gotta start. I've had the image in my head for a long time, but now that the time is here, I'm finding it impossible to put it to paper. Classic artist struggles. Classic. Even getting the basic sketch down is proving to be too large of a mental hurdle. Is this paralysis stemming from the fear of failing? The fear of letting the people around me down? Maybe just being unsure if I can do it justice. Also, Louie and Clay. Yeah, I just love that trope. No, it's such an adorable trope of two people being so obviously in love with each other that everyone around them can see it, even if they haven't really realized that they're in love yet. It is so adorable. That's just the ADHD experience. Wait, is that an ADHD symptom? Or like, yeah, a symptom that can come from it? Because that's of the things that we've talked about on stream, that's the one that I've been diagnosed with, and I was told it's very bad. To the point where I was on ADHD medicine for a little while, until they completely ran out around me, so I don't have it anymore. I didn't know that was one of the things that came along with it. That's cool. That's poggers. Maybe I should get on it. I meant the struggling to start despite having everything ready. Oh yeah. No, I'm sorry. That's what I assumed that you meant. Yeah, I didn't know that was. I mean, I guess that does make sense. That does make sense. So I just never really thought of it that way. But yeah, no, I thought that was just like a thing that happens in like the stuff that I try to do. Like it's a normal part of the process, but I guess it's probably just a part of that. I was just checking to see if we had read this part yet. I wasn't sure. With a deep sigh, I stand up and drag myself to my nightstand, where I had left my phone on silent. I deliberately made sure it wasn't in reaching distance to avoid distractions, but maybe a distraction is what I need. She said to let her know if I needed help with it. Does this count? I'm not really sure what she could actually do for me right now, but I'm hoping just talking with someone as I work things out will help. I tap Caprice's name and my contacts and make my way back to my desk as it begins ringing.
Ollie, sup?
Hey, just working on my final.
Just, please be Otter. Oh my god, it has Miho's necklace on it. No way. Oh, that's so freaking cute. I was literally just about to say, you know, now every single time Caprice shows up, I just get a big old smile on my face. Also, I like her drink brand drink. Classic, tasty, good time. That's so funny. But no, that's so freaking cute. Oh my gosh. I love this scene. Oh, I'm so ready for it.
Oh, me too, actually. We can have a sort of long-distance club meeting.
Yeah, that's more or less what I was hoping for.
So how far in have you gotten?
Oh, you know, nowhere.
The supplies are on my desk.
Ollie, you do have something in mind, right?
The disappointment in her voice is like an arrow through the heart.
Yeah, of course. It's just hard for me to get started for some reason.
Fine.
Fine?
She's quickly pivoted from disappointment to foul frustration. I know the word, I just can't say it. Frustration. Even after all this time, I have no idea how she manages it so effortlessly.
I've set my pen down, and I'm not picking it back up till you get moving. If you don't get started, I'm gonna fail.
It's not like I wasn't gonna do it.
My fate is in your hands.
Cat Priest is back, let's go. I put her on speaker and place the phone to the side, both my hands free to start working on the project properly. This is one of those things that you know she'd be more willing to follow through with. Wait, this is one of those things that you know she'd be more than willing to follow through with. I decided it's good enough reason to at least get to the sketching stage as I take out a normal pencil and start mapping out how I want to fill out the paper.
You've successfully twisted my arm.
Good. What kind of medium are you sticking with anyway?
I decided on colored pencils. Like everyone said, I should probably stick with what I know, but I thought colors may help things. Same basic idea, right?
Yeah. So long as it's what works for you.
What about you? I know I've been avoiding this subject, but I don't think you've really been bringing your final up much either.
Oh, I'm trying digital this time. Wallace is letting me borrow one of his older tablets.
Just like her to take a final project for a college class and use that as an excuse to try something entirely new.
Is this the thing you were asking Eileen for thoughts for a while ago? You said back then it was your final.
I know the answer, of course, but I'm curious if she's willing to confirm it.
No. That was something different. Doesn't matter much.
Fair enough. I was just wondering at the time what someone like you could ever need a second opinion on.
You're making fun of me again.
What? No.
Maybe a little.
No, never mind. We sit in silence for a while, both of us chipping away at our projects. I've moved past the sketching stage, relatively happy with what I've landed on, and I've started sorting through my assortment of pencils, using a piece of scratch paper to compare the colors before committing. The silence persists, small two-sentence conversations peppered about here and there, but neither of us makes excuses to end the call. I can hear her tap and swoosh the pen occasionally on her tablet, and I'm sure she can hear me shuffling things about as I try to sort stuff around. Being able to quietly enjoy each other's company like this feels as bizarre as it does pleasant. Sitting here in mostly silence, content with the knowledge that there's someone on the other side of it who is eager to listen in the off chance you do have something to say. No, for real. Once you can get to like that point in a relationship where you're just comfortable just being with each other and not doing literally anything, that's how you know you got it. I guess nowadays, just the idea of Caprice being there is enough of an inspiration. Not that I don't appreciate her attempts at feel-good speeches.
Done.
Huh?
They should blow kisses at the phone. Oh, that would be so... Especially because, like, at this point, they haven't even, like, been like, oh, I'm in love with Caprice. Oh, I'm in love with Ollie. You know, like, and they just start doing it. They just start blowing kisses. They just start blowing kisses is what I mean.
I just finished my final project, I think.
What? Send me a picture! Hurry, hurry, hurry!
You're turning yours in tomorrow too, right?
Yeah, but...
We should show him to each other on campus then. Can be more of an event that way, or something.
In truth, I'm still sort of embarrassed to show it off, but I'm hoping a night of sleep will be enough time to calm the nerves enough.
Are you that confident it'll be okay? You sure you don't want my opinion ahead of time?
Yeah, I think it'll work out.
Okay, tomorrow it is then. I'll wrap this up and take it to the shop for printing before they close so I can catch you on the trolley in the morning.
Don't rush yourself for something like that.
It'll be fine. We're riding buddies, it's important.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, guess so.
Okay, see you tomorrow then. Thanks for hanging out, Ollie.
I've still got some tests to handle tomorrow, but with this project done, my shoulders feel infinitely lighter, true to her word from the start of the semester. She was here to see me through to the end. That's kind of what I did with my best before I even realized. Lol, the whole blowing kisses at the phone thing. If so, that is very cute. I hope things turn out okay. Right now, even more than actually passing, I want nothing more than to join her again for another semester. Why the ellipses at the end of the yeah? I said it was cute. That's a cute thing to do. There's nothing wrong with it. To simply be her friend without all the baggage I brought with me this year. Wait, did I read the last thing? I hope things turn out okay. Right now, even more than actually passing. Oh, yeah. To simply be her friend without all of the baggage I brought with me this year. To thank her and the rest of the club properly for everything they've done. I'm not sure if the last thing is even possible with words alone, let alone here over the phone. Nevertheless, I can at least leave her with something for now.
Thank you too. Good night, Caprice.
Say it. Say I love you. Do it, please. No! Come on! Please, Olive, do it for me. Ah, it's an I feel called out by myself. Lol.
Okay, time for the reveal. On 3.
Wait.
1, 2...
Before we get into that, listen, I feel like this is a safe place. You can call yourself out here as much as you need to. I feel like I do it on a constant basis. So this is a safe space for anyone to call themselves out. But that being said, let's see it. The obvious guess as to what Olive did was that they drew Caprice and something to do with their plants. I don't know if I can think of anything else like that it would be, but I feel like that's obviously what the story's been like, kind of like building up to, is that specifically, you know? At least that's what I'm feeling. I might watch me be just dead wrong. Watch it just be a picture of Haley or something. When we met on the trolley, I had finally worked up the willpower to show her the fruits of my labor. She insisted we wait until we could get to the art room, though, playing off my suggestion of making it feel more like a special thing. The ride to campus was one agonizingly slow and way too quick, both meshing awkwardly together in an impossible to describe mess of anxiety. How did you know? Olive only has eyes for Haley. No, see, that'd be my self-insert moment. Oh, see, okay, no. Well, again, when I finally do harass for the Haley route, I'm going to request that we somehow incorporate Olive drawing Haley as the final project. That'll be it. The ride to campus was one agonizingly slow and way too quick. Was one agonizingly slow and way too quick. That sentence feels weird to say. Both meshing awkwardly together in an impossible to describe mess of anxiety. When we arrived, she then insisted on waiting until everyone else had left to hang up our art. so they could be next to each other. Now we're here, counting down the slowest 3 seconds of my life.
3!
She flips her canvas and rests it upright on the table in front of her. I uncover my own, propping it up the same way. Aww. Caprice's final is very much her, a storm of different colors and ideas, all fighting for attention as they push in various directions. Oh my gosh. It's so cute. Oh. Especially because Olive's totally gonna do the same thing. It's gonna be the same thing, and it's gonna be the cutest thing ever. Oh my gosh. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't click through anything. 3, I love. You know, I'm hoping that the 3 actually came through for you properly, and the delay didn't ruin it so too much. I was planning to offer them to make an April Fool's Haley route. I make scuff sprites, make a silly and fun script, and ask Sion to voice over. Oh my gosh, we should do that. If you want to do that, we should totally do it and approach them with that idea. That would be so much fun. Let's do it. I'm so down. Oh, because even if it doesn't happen, that'd still just be something that's so fun to like try and do. That'd be incredible. Because I want that Haley route. We said the same thing, Lamau. I was so caught up in just like thinking about our Haley route that I didn't even like register that we did that. That just shows how down we are, though. That just shows how down we are for it. Because again, I'm going to get the Haley route one way or another, even if we have to do it ourselves. It's a very Thanos moment of like, fine, I'll do it myself. And you know, so because yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'm not going to work on any other projects. It's just going to be fan fictions and the Haley route. And that'll be all I need to do. One part that catches my eye immediately, though. The small splash of green that makes my heart jump to my throat. Ooh. Maybe I'm being optimistic, but it's not subtle, right? Oh. Huh. That's really cool. Because it's obviously supposed to be like, at least the way I'm interpreting it, is Caprice grabbing hold of Olive to help them get through the terrible semester and actually making it a good one. That's pretty much what I'm doing, Lamau. Which that's fair. That's fair. Again, it's what we gotta do to get it, so it's what we're gonna do. On the subject of subtlety, it's not like mine is especially vague either. At least I don't think it is. The red of Caprice's face, which undoubtedly matches my own, definitely seems to confirm that.
Oh, wow.
It's not as good as I wanted it to be.
Only look at it. You made this.
She takes the drawing from my hands and flips it back around for me to examine.
Remember when we started? You didn't think you could handle something even half as good as this.
In many ways, I still don't think I can.
Look at how far you've come. Heck, look at how far we've both come.
She proudly taps her creation, clearly a lot less embarrassed by it than I am of mine.
It's not exactly a fair comparison. You're already a great artist at the start.
Well, I'm even better now, and I'll be even better tomorrow.
She adjusts her cap slightly, tipping the brim of the hat up more to meet my eyes directly, with a broad smile and sparkling eyes.
And you will too.
She gives me a thumbs up in the most earnest way. I avert my eye contact, only to be met by the art on the wall once more.
I don't know. I think I need a break from all this art stuff after this.
Olive, don't say that. You'll break my heart. not only hers, but also mine. I punctuate the statement with a dramatic sigh and slumping of the shoulders. I meant to make it come off as an obvious joke, but I wonder if my reaction is all that out of the ordinary.
What? Come on, you don't mean that.
I wonder.
If my intentions weren't obvious before, I can at least be confident they are now. Caprice responding with a chuckle.
We'd better get to class before we're late.
Oh, you're right.
No, come on. Y'all are supposed to see the pictures that you drew and be like, oh my gosh, I love this person, and then kiss. That's how this is supposed to go. She scrambles to grab her canvas, and we make our way to class one last time. Yes, yes, yes. But it didn't happen. It did happen. With everything behind us, the art club is having its last meeting of the semester at the pizza place we use for special occasions.
And after this begins our winter semester meetings.
I knew it.
Hey, I'm not taking any winter classes.
Wallace, you can't get out of this. You're one of my faves. You gotta stay in the club.
I don't think anyone is, right?
Allison, you can't leave either.
It doesn't matter. Classes or not, the club never sleeps. Today is a celebration day, though. We made it through.
Right. Made it through. I check my phone. It must be the 12th time today.
Mm-hmm.
The page is loading.
Ollie, stop looking at your phone.
I'm just trying to see my grades.
My other classes I'm reasonably confident in, but the art final is my last big stressor. The professor said the grades would be posted relatively quickly. I'm not sure if expecting a turnaround in under a day is reasonable, but it doesn't stop me from checking every few seconds anyway.
I know, but it's not there yet. No point in stressing out about it.
Stressing out? No kidding. I've been stressing out about this I've been stressing out about this moment for the past few months. It's pretty much all I've been stressing out about.
I've been trying to check my grades too.
Allison, like me, has been thumbing at her phone all meeting. Somehow I think she has less to worry about than I do.
They probably won't go up until the evening, and that's assuming it'll even be today.
Do you know what time?
That depends on the professor.
How about you wait until tonight to check anyway? Have a fun day with your club and look later.
There's no way I can just forget about it.
Let's talk about something else for now.
Like what?
A brochure slaps down on the table. Eileen reaches out to turn it with her hand, and we all lean over to look at it. It's for the aquarium, advertising holiday lights and decorations.
Oh no.
Wallace, come on. Come on, at least pretend to like it. Although, that is one of the things I love about you, is your honesty.
Isn't it about time we went again? Look at the decorations, the theming!
Oh, pretty.
Isn't it?
It's something you've seen 100 times over already, I'm sure.
While Eileen and Wallace protest, Allison is effectively distracted from her phone for the moment, her eyes shining alongside Caprice's. Planning another aquarium outing doesn't sound like the worst idea right now. Maybe I'll look over some of the pamphlets after checking the phone one more time.
Just give it some thought. There's even special pricing.
Caprice is busy shoving the brochure into Eileen's hands as she tries to break away from the group.
Sure. See you later.
She starts to leave, but stops when she notices Allison isn't following. The grades still haven't been posted yet.
We can hover around the site at home.
Okay.
Hey, best of luck.
Wait, hang on. That's huge. That's huge to just drop in. I'm 99% sure Eileen and Allison weren't living together in first. Granted, that might not be that they're living together. That might just be like, you know, like talking about like, oh, at home and like going back to just one of their places. It might be that. But I'm taking it as they live together now, and that makes me so happy. Tee hee hee. I'm guessing it's the first thing, that they are living together now. That's awesome. Wallace gives me a rather strong pat on the shoulder, surprisingly not making me fold over like a napkin. I offer a weak nod in return.
You too.
Oh, I'm relaxed about this.
We look over at the girls. Allison clutches Caprice's hands.
I'll text you.
Right when you get home. You definitely aced everything.
Well, take care. I gotta get to work.
See you.
Later, Olive.
Bye, Eileen.
Bye.
Bye, Allison. Bye, Wallace. The three of them wave and depart in the same general direction. I send them off with a wave of my own. As for myself, I have no other obligations today beside this waiting around to see if everyone's efforts weren't in vain. I wonder if Caprice is the same.
Hey, Ollie?
I ain't telling. That's so... I'm guessing it's probably something that's gonna come up, though, you know? Like, we might go over to their house at some point. I think they just know. You think that the entire squad's just like, yeah, we gotta leave Olive and Caprice together? Is that what you mean by that? Because if so, that's the same feeling I got.
Yeah?
Wanna walk around for a bit?
Yeah? Yeppers? Sweet, I'm glad we're on the same page with that. Asked and answered. I glanced at the weather outside, but it's not like it would have changed my answer anyway.
Sure. That sounds good.
The snow's been consistent, coating the city in an even layer of perfect white, though it seems to have calmed down a bit. Still, it's cold and wet, it's rough and coarse, and it just gets everywhere, and Caprice and I joined the rest of the people bundled up in their heavy coats. Lights and decorations have already begun to adorn the cityscape. The beauty of it all makes the cold worth it. I feel a pressuring urge to bring up our final projects, both of them weighing heavy on my mind. As stressful as it is wondering if I have a future in university, it's paled in comparison to wondering if I'm overthinking this morning. Worse yet, if maybe I'm seeing something I want to see. If I'll be disappointed if she tells me it didn't mean anything.
I've been thinking of buying some new kitchen stuff.
I look up from checking my phone another time, a small distraction.
Huh? You?
I think this might be my favorite face in the entire novel. She pouts in my direction. It's cute.
Mom's been talking about how she wants a new pan, so I've been looking around for a decent one.
Ah, I see.
I give a nod, like everything makes sense now. Caprice puffs up, putting her hands on her hips and tilting her head at me.
And if I'm ever going to learn how to cook myself, I'm going to need some stuff too, right?
I laugh a little, nodding. She's so sincere, like always, that I drop the slight teasing despite her playing along.
Right. Sorry. Well, why don't we take a look?
Pleased that she successfully convinced me, Caprice walks into step with me, following my lead. We find our way to a store selling kitchenware and utensils. The 2 pans Caprice bought clank about in her shopping bag as we walk through the cool city streets again. It's not the most exciting place to visit. Still, we spent an exorbitantly long time admiring random kitchen gadgets and cute tableware, that by the time we leave, it's nearly dark out. I'm writing a rough outline of a certain orange gal's route. We can review it over review. We can review it over review. I think that might be one of my favorite sentences ever said. And yes, we definitely can do that. I'm so excited. That's gonna be so fun to work on.
Can you teach me to cook?
Yes?
You want me to?
I think it's only fair, right? After all I did for you this semester.
Well, I'm not sure I'm qualified.
I'm not even trying to be cheeky. I've never really tutored anyone in anything.
Obviously you are. You do it for a living.
Well, yes, but...
Nuh-uh. That should have ended at the yes.
A part of me wondered why Caprice never came across as pushy, and she gives me a stern look that immediately dissolves into a grin. I'm once again confident that it's because her positivity is coming from her heart. It also feels intentional. She wants the best for everyone around her, and whenever she sees a glimmer of hope in someone, she puts her everything into bringing it to the surface.
You're going to teach me to cook. The decision's final.
Also, Olive, come on, how can you say no to her? Does that not just sound like just an excellent way to just spend more time together? Like, come on. I guess it wouldn't hurt. I could at the very least prevent her from accidentally destroying her apartment.
Fine. As thanks for all the help.
Great. Come on.
She begins to jog ahead, bag bouncing behind her in her hand.
Hey, be careful.
That's when she slips and it turns into a very, very different kind of novel. To be honest, the thought sounds more and more interesting as I think of it. She stops and spins a look at me, somehow avoiding slipping.
I'm glad. I really liked the food you made for us a while back. You did a wonderful job, you know?
Aha. When did I last hear something like that? I feel my heart flutter a bit.
So I'd love to get together and have you make something again. And maybe steal your skills for myself.
Judge, they're so in love. Even if Theo and Cap say no, we can put it up on AO3 as a collaborative effort, lol. Yes, we can. And we could even do like a reading of it on here or something. Just so they could be like, hey guys, here's the Haley route. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Obviously, we want to try to present it as like, actually, here's the Haley route. We'd just be like, hey, we wrote fan fiction. Let's read it together. I'd be so down. That'd be so much fun to do. I'm so down for this. She tightly grabs my hand between hers. They're surprisingly warm.
I thought your project was amazing, too. You don't need to worry.
Judge, they're both so in love. Stop. She's even got the flowers around her and the blushies. Come on. Now let's present it as official on April Fool's. Next April Fool's is on a Wednesday. Wait, seriously? That is perfect. Okay, yeah, no, we're definitely doing that. We are doing that 1010%. Listen, all I need to do is just get better at my art pad, and then we could even draw like fake CGs for it and everything. Obviously that predicates on me actually being good enough for it, but like, we just gotta go super hard at it. We just gotta put our full effort into an April Fool's joke. Because here's the thing, I hate April Fools. Vehemently. I despise it. I hate it so much because all it is a bunch of creators going, here's the idea for a really cool thing that we're never going to do. You know? Like, they'll just like, here's this game, it's coming out, we're getting it remade, or yada yada. JK, LOL, we're not doing anything. Like, stuff like that. Or like content creators, like on like YouTube or stuff, will be like, here's my no effort April Fool's video. I'm quitting. Bazinga. So like doing like a hard effort April Fool's joke is actually cool. I like that idea. Mazoinga. That's what we gotta say now instead of bazinga every time. Mazoinga.
Thanks.
I think I'm starting to warm a little.
I wanted to help you. And I was kidding about owing me. You joining the club was more than enough. I was happy about that. So, you know...
Yeah? No, don't. You can't emotionally blue ball me like this. Come on. It was about to happen. That's not... I knocked my headphones off. I knocked my headphones off my head. I got so bad. That was an accident. Gosh darn it. I'm glad that didn't fall into anything. I knocked it off and it just fell behind me into my own chair. So we're all good there. Mazwanga is a skill in the Persona games. Medium electric AoE damage. I don't think I've ever used it. I don't think I've ever done it before. Lamau XD RIP. Come on, I literally did this with the Gibby Ghoul. I know, and guess what? It made me mad then too, alright? You were there when I read it. You know how I feel. I think I even said the exact same thing during that too. I'm so bad. So bad. I know, yeah, Lamau. Gosh, darn it. A little tune starts to play. Caprice jumps, letting go of my hand and quickly rummaging through every single pocket she has until finding her phone. She gives me a tiny, apologetic look and answers it, turning away slightly.
Allie, hi!
Allison, come on, you can't... Girl, I liked you. Don't make me not like you, come on. Though small, I can hear the excited voice of Allison on the other side.
I did it! 4.0.
Oh, good job. I'm so happy for you, actually. That's incredible.
Wow, that's amazing! I knew you would do great. Congrats!
Allison's GPA? Her being worried about a 4.0 really doesn't show how different we are, huh? Wait, if she has hers, then... I grabbed my phone to refresh the page, still up where I left it. I had nearly forgotten. Emotional blue balls. I love that when you make the clips, I can see that it happens. That's awesome. And thank you so much for doing that. Caprice spots me looking at my phone and focuses her attention back on me. Allison's still on the other line. She quickly presses the speaker button.
Ollie, is it in for you too? Is it?
A second of silence passes until the grade loads in. 85 in bold letters.
I passed!
Let's go. She pushes tight against my side to peer over my shoulder at the screen. She's still holding her phone against her ear.
It's an 85%!
Okay, Allison, I can forgive you for interrupting because of how happy and excited you are for Olive. They deserve it. Congratulations, you've done it. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I think the dyslexia kicked in there, and I read it as congratulations, and then I did a read through of it again, and it took me a second reading to be like, no, that's wrong.
Congrats, Olive.
You did it! You passed! They passed!
Oh, stop being cute. Listen, if you're gonna keep being cute, you gotta make it official. Come on. Thank you for realizing. I do my best. Happily, Caprice wraps her arms around me. With the phone no longer near her face, I don't know if she can hear the little sounds of Allison and Eileen happily congratulating. I feel the weight of the past couple of years float away, and in its place is only the weight of Caprice against me. Shut up. Stop. I gotta reread the Twofold prologue real quick. Holding. We'll just wait here for you to finish up with that. We don't need to proceed. So, how's the weather going for everyone? Everywhere you guys are at. For me, it's weird. It got cold. No. You continue reading. I'm listening. No. We can wait for you. That's okay. Very rainy. Okay, but do you like the rain or no? Because for me, when it gets very rainy, I love it. I love it so much, especially because I got a good raincoat now, so I can actually go walking out in the rain, and I don't get soaked. I do not come back sopping wet like a dog. So I have a great time with rain. Honestly, same thing with snow. This is gonna make me sound so edgy. I don't like it when it's sunny, cause I have sensitive little baby blue eyes if you can't tell. And the sun hurts my eyes, so I like it when it's cloudy and raining and snowing, all of the jazz. I recommend you continue if you don't want to go overtime. You know, you bring up a very valid point. The bit's done. The bit's ruined. Because I don't want to go too terribly late. I feel the weight... Oh, wait. Sorry, read that.
Olive?
What? No, that can't be the end of the scene. No, come on. Stop. I know some people are going to get a very angry DM after this is over. The sun melts into the sky as it begins to set. Its hot, vivid colors contrasting the shades of blue and white sprinkled across the ground. My bag is filled to the brim with books. I'm on my way to sell them at the fraction of the cost I paid for them. The bliss of being rid of them will make up for the sunk cost, I'm sure. Oh, sorry. My throat. It's still a little surreal. After stressing about it for so long, I wasn't even sure I'd make it through the semester, let alone successfully. Now I'm only a short time away from collecting my associate's degree. Where am I going next? I don't actually know. I still have a semester to think it over, but it's about time to look at universities or jobs to apply to. Time doesn't stop because you hit a milestone. I wouldn't be here without Caprice and the art club. What about that? What happens with them next? Caprice says she wants to continue meetings through the winter break, but Olive, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Come on. Despite my reservations about whether or not I fit in with a group of artists, I've come to look forward to being with them, so continue. I owe it mostly to the club's atmosphere, as much as art is the theme of it. As much as art is the theme of its meetings, the heart of it is friendship. Which I'm gonna say, after the Millie route is such a nice change of pace. It's so nice to actually go and be like, oh, the club meetings aren't gonna make me sad, because I care too much about Millie, and it just causes her pain at those meetings. Whereas the art club meetings are actually a lot of fun. I hope they've warmed up to me too. Caprice especially. Despite the stress, the days spent with her in this past semester stick out vividly as happy memories, each and every one. The club was part of that for sure, but there's more to it than that. Whenever I boarded the trolley and she wasn't there, I felt a little disappointed. When she was, my heart flipped just a tiny bit. I talked about bringing our books back today, but we didn't plan on going together. The trolley starts to pull up, and I find myself hoping that I see her as it comes into view.
Ollie!
Let's go! Let's go! Honestly, the way I was hoping that scene would go would be Ollie sees the trolley pull up, and Caprice isn't there, and then Ollie specifically calls, be like, hey, actually, have you gone and done this yet? Do you want to do it together? That kind of thing. And there she is.
Hey, writing buddy.
Campus business, buddy. I've got some club paperwork to take care of. They'll recognize us officially next semester for sure.
God, this visual novel is gonna give me diabetes from how sweet these two are. I can't. I got some club. Oh, she said that part. I don't need to. I proudly tap my backpack.
I'm returning books. Good riddance.
You made it through. Congrats on passing.
She throws her hands up in an adorably exaggerated cheer.
Thanks, but you already said that.
It bears repeating.
I know, but twice won't hurt. Or 3 times.
Her arms go up and down and up. Her arms go up and down and up again to emphasize each exclamation. I never realized just how present Haley is during the prologue. Yeah, no, she is there for a decent bit of it. If I recalling streams from I'm so sorry. That was a little burp. My manners are terrible tonight. I apologize. From like 5 months ago. So.
Thank you.
What's next for you?
She's asked this before, and I'm still not quite sure how to answer. For a while, I wasn't even sure if there would be a next step after this semester, so I honestly haven't been committing much brainpower to it.
I don't know.
Will you still come to club meetings?
How can you say no to her? Come on, Olive. Expression eager, she leans in closer to me. I try not to lean away. I at least know what my short-term plans are.
The winter meetings? Yeah.
I answer without hesitation. She smiles widely, giving the setting sun some competition. Stop!
Yes! I'm so glad you're staying aboard.
The feeling's mutual.
Of course. What? Did you think I'd just use you for grades and leave?
Ad break? No, not the ad break during the cute stuff. That's so tragic. Lol, elbozos, get wrecked. Anyways, let's keep reading. The ad strike again. Honestly, I think I'm gonna take that as a little time, and I'm going to be right back. I will be right back. Hang on. Goodbye, farewell, so long. Alright, I'm back. Just had an instant transmission away for a second, and then instant transmission back, but I am here, and oh my gosh, they're still on the ad break? That's so, that, I was gonna say pathetic, but that's so mean. That's so mean. I was gonna keep making jokes about it, but I don't wanna do that. That's so cruel of me. So we're just gonna hang out for a second. Again, I bring it up every time, but just me and you, YouTube. I feel so bad about Hatsune Miku. I had a famous person in chat and I ignored them. What kind of monster am I? I say that as if I should pay more attention to famous people. Hello, okay, I'm back. How's it going? Perfect timing. Oh my gosh, look at that. We conveniently haven't moved on at all. That's so weird. I wonder why that happened. Anyways.
Nah, not you. You wouldn't do that.
I'm so stupid.
She trusted me that much?
It paid off. The art club's latest, greatest member.
More and more Caprice's little uplifts and compliments start to feel believable. Or at least they seem to be hitting me differently than they used to.
Hardly greatest.
Everyone's the greatest, Ollie.
Well, then no one's... If everyone's great, then no one's great. You know what I mean?
You would say that.
Oh, with the background looping, I thought they hit something. I thought the train hit something. She grins at me as the... Or I guess it's stopping because they stopped. She grins at me as the trolley comes to a stop at our destination.
But there's only one president.
I'm free. Welcome back, everyone. Glad you could all be here. How's it going? It's been a while. We disembark the trolley together, stretching in unison as we do.
Hey, let's meet back at the club room later.
Is anyone else here today?
Not that I know of.
All right,
Just
then.
us.
See you later.
Bye.
She makes her way inside, leaving me alone at the gate. As quickly as the stress of making it through the semester left me, another anxiety was quick to take its place. That'll be as good a time as any to talk about things. Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Come on. Come on. I dump my near-empty backpack on the floor and take a seat in what's become my usual chair. The art club is illuminated by the setting sun through the blinds of the window. I've seen this room in this light before, but something about it now feels a little bit sad. It's not just the end of the day, but the end of the semester. It's not the end of the art club though. I couldn't leave even if I wanted to. My internet crashes for a minute. I return alive though. I'm so glad you're back. I'm so glad you're alive. Hopefully your internet doesn't give you any more troubles. The bouncy sound of footsteps alerts me to the reason why coming up the hallway to join me in the The bouncy sound of footsteps alerts me to the reason why coming up the hallway to join me in the room.
It's good to be done with that. I hate dealing with that stuff.
She plops down in a seat near me.
It's part of the job, unfortunately.
Eileen likes to do it instead usually.
Likes to? Huh.
Well, it's all over now.
I'm trying to think of a way to work Olive, like the way to enunciate Olive to work it in as it's all over now. Like, it's all Olive now. But that, it doesn't work as well as Ogre, because Ogre still has like the same sounds as Over. Like it still has the same flow, but Olive doesn't work as well, but you guys like get the point. Anyways.
Yep.
Slouching lower, she lets out a great sigh. She looks around the room, so I follow her lead and do the same. I try to take in the image of painted canvases, both finished and unfinished. Most are Eileen's, though. I recognize some of Allison's. There's a few posters about, some of Caprice's distinct style, alongside a small handful of Wallace's prints. The whiteboard and half-smudged writing reads, Step 1, listen. Step 2, draw.
I wonder how many more times we'll be back here. Not many, huh?
We've got next semester at least.
She allows herself a moment of melancholy. Her eyes sweep across the room.
Well, it's not like we need this room to get together.
No, I agree. You don't need this room to get together. You just have to confess your feelings. That's all you have to do. Just as quick as it's gone, her usual cheerful self is back again, quite literally hopping back to attention as her eyes catch mine again.
Definitely.
I feel like there are things I want to say, but I don't really know how to say them. It's hard to even articulate it to myself.
Say, Ollie.
I don't know if I really get it. There's this desire, this need almost, to speak up, but without knowing what will come out of my mouth once I do so. It's impossible to rehearse the words in my head.
I've been thinking.
All I can do is pull the trigger and see where it goes. I love that Olive is so inside their own head that they're like trying to figure out how to confess while Caprice is talking to them about this, you know?
So listen. I know it hasn't been that long.
Hey, Caprice. Sorry, but can I ask you something?
Good job. Good job, Olive. You really read the room on that one. She looks slightly taken aback. It's at this point I realize I've kind of interrupted her.
Oh, sorry. Continue.
No. Go ahead.
Really, I didn't mean to.
It's fine.
I am more than willing to keep going in circles, but with how much she's stammering, it feels like it's futile to try and push her into it. I mean, I can go first. That's fine, right? I had the words in my head, but...
What were you gonna ask?
That's too embarrassing and way too forward. There's no way I could do that. She'd probably think it's weird anyway.
It's no good to keep things in.
She's right, of course. Her energy and determination seeps into everything she says and does, and I find myself feeding off that as my resolve steals. Now or never.
In fact...
I like you. Would you want to go on a date sometime?
Finally! It finally happened! Oh my god, my neck spasmed. That's how excited I got. Oh, and her face is so good. Let's go, finally! Oh my gosh. That feels like a weight lifted off my shoulders, not even just theirs. Oh my gosh.
What?
She yells even more high-pitched than usual.
No, I was going to say that. Like, a date? Like, a date? Like, dating?
Yes, and yes? She has something of a frantic look as she moves about anxiously. Her face is bright red, and she laces and unlaces her fingers together in an uncharacteristically nervous fashion.
Yes.
You ever ask a girl on a date, and then she just screams at you? Hashtag relatable, am I right? Caprice is so cute. No, Caprice is adorable. I love her so much. She holds her face in her hands and shakes her head. From Olive's perspective, this is the worst case scenario. From anyone's perspective, outside of Caprice's, this is just code red, abort mission, get out of there, you'll get them next time kind of thing. This is not how you'd want anyone to react to this.
Is that a no?
You interrupted me! You can't just get the jump on me like that, that's no fair!
Wait, hold on. You told me to go first. With how much you were trying to force it out of me, I figured you'd caught on.
No! I was just saying things! I've been psyching myself up for a while!
So it's a yes.
Despite the snowfall outside, it feels like I'm about to melt from overheating. I must be blushing head to toe. And so is she.
Obviously!
Okay. Cool.
Cool.
She smiles a little shyly, and it's a new kind of brilliant. Somehow she keeps showing me new ways to glow. Stop being so cute. I feel so alone. This game... I'm sure I've talked about it on stream specifically, but that's why I rate if a romance is good, is by how alone it makes me feel, and I feel so gosh darn lonely right now. It gets so lonely here. Aww. Act 2, water. Water, wait. I thought we were already in Act 2.
Ollie! This is so exciting!
August, I'm sorry. Shh. I thought we were already in Act 2. I thought... Hang on, no, that's so fine. That's so fine. That means that Twofold, there's more Twofold, which is exclusively a good thing, IMO. I was like, when it started changing the acts, I was like, oh, that sucks. We're in the final act already. Dang. We just got this and then the friendship routes to do. But no, we have 2 more acts. This is the best news I could have ever been told all day. Specifically today. That's incredible. Especially because that means we're probably just going to be playing this up until... sorry, my throat has been like acting up today. Especially since that means that we're probably going to be playing this right up until A Tithe in Blood comes out. So, you know, we'll get to National Park Girls eventually. But this is incredible news. Twofold. Wait, Twofold. Hang on. Twofold. 2 acts. It makes so much sense. Unless I wrong that IRP. I mean, there is in fact a second act, but there is going to be a third one eventually. For a second there, I thought you were going to stop there for the night. Wait, do you mean like stop here for the night, or stop at like before we got to Act 2? Is that what you mean? Like it still be in Act 1? Yeah, here. Yeah, no, we gotta keep going. We gotta go a little bit longer. That was just my brain. That was genuinely like a short-circuiting moment of like, hang on, I could have sworn that we were already in Act 2. And I was like, no, I don't remember what the Act 2 transition would have been. So again, this is incredible news to hear. I'm so happy. Water. I mean, we're sadly not gonna go for too much longer. Probably only like 1 or 2 more scenes at most, but yeah, I do want to keep going. I want to go a little bit more.
Yeah, but
The moment she stepped into the diner, I had a feeling.
but it already feels like I'm not doing enough.
As quick as I was to immediately jump to dating, I was just as eager to pass the buck to her when she offered to pick the place. Even if she jumped at the chance, I've still been feeling guilty over not being able to commit to something. Oh, especially if we're actually gonna get to see the date. I do want to see the date tonight. Over not being able to commit to something myself and leaving the burden of choice to her.
Well, she has to handle it, right? Did you have anywhere in mind yourself?
I don't know. Somewhere nice?
Expensive nice?
Yes? I mean...
You're college students, honey.
Not everyone has that same view, sadly.
It's a first date, though.
Expensive restaurant is definitely a cliche, but the fact that it is a cliche makes me feel like it would have been a safe bet, which is something I feel like I desperately need to not screw up the first impressions.
Do you think Caprice would have been impressed by somewhere expensive?
No.
No.
Without question, that's not something Caprice cares about.
No one knows what Caprice likes better than Caprice herself. If she offered, just trust in her and go with the flow.
I wish she'd at least tell me what she has in mind. I don't want to under-prepare or over-prepare. I didn't even think about over-preparing until now. God.
You're overthinking things again, sweetie.
I inhale deeply.
I'm sure if she had something concrete in mind, she'd tell you. Have faith that Caprice knows you well enough to not put you on the spot like that.
I exhale.
Remember, what you end up doing doesn't matter. The point is just being together. Be yourself and you'll be fine, okay?
Yes. All right. Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, August. That's the second time I kind of did that. Sounds good. I'm still down for a Rev Star, even if we crunch to episode 3 or something. I'll be happy with just 2. But I understand if we don't get to watch again. Yeah. Sadly, if we do go for too much longer, I probably won't be able to do a set like episode 3 at the very least. Just because I do gotta go to bed so I can wake up for work in the morning. Sadly.
Relax and enjoy yourselves. If you aren't having fun, then she won't be either. You're excited, aren't you?
That's one word for it.
Anxious, nervous, and sick to my stomach are also potential winners.
Well, I'm excited for you. Tell me all about it, okay?
Of course, Mom. Love you.
I love you too. Good luck.
Despite everything, at least I can say I'm looking forward to it, even if I'm not sure what it is yet. Yeah, I'll Gucci. I'll go at your pace.
Ollie!
Thank you. I do appreciate that. I step off the trolley and am quickly greeted by my date. Trying to get used to thinking in terms like that still throws my mind for a loop, no matter how much I try to force it into normalcy.
Ollie!
She rushes over and just about tackles me into a hug. Despite the Ollie alarm going off, I'm taken by surprise by the suddenness of it all the same.
Hi. Hello.
She pulls away looking a little bit red. If she's a faint red, I must look like the surface of the sun. Caprice is dressed up in her usual sweat streetwear, and I'm immediately thankful I won the coin flip, decided to not wear anything special myself. We walk side by side, close enough to combat the evening chill.
Any trouble getting here?
No, this is the usual spot that we meet up.
Nope. Quiet ride. How about you?
A quiet ride too.
It feels entirely different when she says it. I had been told that Millie offered to drive her today, which surprised me. I was hoping it was a sign that things were finally cooling down between them, but it seems as much of a sore spot as ever. As we continue our walk, I try to find a good place to ask where exactly we're headed, as Caprice walks leisurely, glancing from place to place like she's looking for something.
Oh, how about we head inside here?
Caprice stops, tugging at my shoulders to ensure I follow suit. We landed right outside a small cafe. Caprice would occasionally bring us to over the course of the semester.
How about it?
What's up?
I thought when you said you wanted to pick the place, you had somewhere in mind.
Jumping to conclusions as always. I didn't have a single idea where to go.
Caprice, I envy you.
Oh.
Finding inspiration along the way is kind of our thing, right?
She gives me a light nudge at that. All that worry over nothing. I was overthinking it.
You're right. You're right. You sure you're okay with this for a first date, though? It's not exactly unfamiliar territory.
We usually just grab something quick and head out, though. We can try their sit-in stuff so it'll feel different. Besides, familiar is good. It was either this, the pizza place, or the aquarium, and a cafe feels more, I don't know, romantic than a pizzeria?
What about the aquarium, then?
That place is extremely important to me. I can't just take you there from the get-go. You gotta work up to that.
You dragged me there when we were basically strangers.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Totally different context. You were merely my student, and it was a valuable educational experience. Now you're my...
It's comforting to know that even someone like Caprice is having as much trouble navigating parts of this as I am. The least I can do is offer an out. We're offer an out we're likely both desperately searching for at this point.
I'm freezing. Let's head inside.
Yeah.
I'm rating Haley route in the meantime, but I'm taking it far more seriously than I probably should. I'm so excited to actually like sit down and write that with you. Like the writer in me is instinctively trying to make it sound realistic and in character, as we should though. Again, if you're gonna do it, you gotta go full send. You know, you can't do half measures on this thing. The tiny table is littered with a handful of pastries, mostly gravitating towards Caprice's side, and a couple of ceramic cups. Though identical, it's easier to figure out which belongs to who. Caprice looks only vaguely like coffee, and is otherwise filled with what must be a dozen different kinds of sweeteners.
I've watched it like 10 times.
10 times? Really?
Yeah, it's so good. Come on, you have to watch it at least once.
It's not usually my kind of thing.
I'll make you watch it with me.
Oh yeah?
Strapped to a chair, eyes taped open, the whole 9 yards if I gotta.
We managed to settle into a groove I can only describe as surprisingly normal, given how flustered we were upon entering. Conversations about nothing in particular come and go, each other's presence being more important than any individual subject matter that comes up. I quiet myself with a sip out of the cafe's house blend.
I can't wait to tell everyone else.
Tell him what?
That y'all are together?
That we're dating.
Well...
You don't want to?
Her dejected tone immediately tells me that wasn't the way to go.
It's not that. I'm just... nervous.
They're our friends. They'll be happy to know.
And they've all seen it coming for the past, I just checked my watch as if that's going to help me any. For the past, 3 streams.
Yeah, I know. It's just a lot all at once. It took all my confidence just to tell my mom, so you can imagine.
They're like family too. It'll be easy.
That's right. To Caprice, the club is a vital part of her life. Why with that accent? The other members are my friends too, though. I'm still getting to know them in ways. Wait, you mean you two weren't all dating already? Exactly. They're just gonna be like, yeah, okay, we just kind of assumed you were already. Yeah, anyways, moving on. This is our first date, so I haven't even had time to think about delivering the news. How could I when it doesn't even feel entirely real to me yet?
You know, when Allison and Eileen started dating, Allie eventually told me they had a small back and forth about whether to tell me right away or not.
I do remember that part.
Oh.
Yeah, I understood, of course. Everyone has their own pace with these kind of things, I think. But we should definitely break the news as soon as you're comfortable with it. It'll probably be a little embarrassing, but speaking from experience, I'm willing to bet they're just waiting in the wings for something official to come out so they can support us properly.
See, even Caprice is aware of it. I struggle with this part of the novel. I'll refrain from saying anything beyond that for the time being, because I don't want to spoil anything. Maybe I'll mention it later. Yeah, no. Once we get to it, I'm very curious to hear what part that you struggled with. I'm very interested to hear. I think back to our final projects and Real. Caprice hit it a bit better than me, but I feel like I couldn't have been more obvious. Caprice did not hide it better than you. She literally put you into the piece. Oh, good night. I hope you have a great rest of your night, social. Thank you for being here. Have a great sleep. Sleep well.
I guess we weren't exactly subtle about things, huh?
Well, maybe that's good. Being obvious is better for the matters of the heart.
I agree.
You think so?
I don't want to keep her waiting when it's obvious how much she wants to tell everyone. If nothing else, I've always been able to count on Caprice to teach me to run before I learn to crawl, so maybe it'll be easier to make that call with her there.
We can tell them next time we all get together.
Don't force yourself to do it for my sake.
She says, trying and failing to hide the excitement in her tone.
That's fine. Like you said, it's probably not even news anyway.
She's given up on trying to mask her enthusiasm, reaching over the table to grab my hand. It's a miracle neither of our cups get knocked over in the process.
I knew I could count on you.
You keep saying that.
Haven't proven me wrong yet.
Against all odds.
Ollie.
I expect her grip to loosen as her voice quiets. To my surprise, she holds my hand even tighter.
You were at every meeting, even the ones you knew weren't going to help you at all. I know some of that was because of your situation, but it doesn't change the fact that you were reliable. I started taking the trolley after Millie and I started fighting. It used to be the worst part of my day. When you started joining me, it turned into the highlight. Part of me was worried it was only temporary, that you'd eventually start taking your bike again or leave earlier in the day. But you never did. From the first day of snow to the last day of school, I could always count on you to be there. It's...
She closes her eyes, taking a deep breath before opening them again.
well, it's what I love about you.
Finally, someone said it. What? How do I respond to that? My heart pounds in my chest as my thoughts begin to swirl. I focus on our interlocked hands and give hers a gentle squeeze. The last thing I want is for her to interrupt my silence as anything to interpret, not interfere. How did I say that? My silence is anything but positive. I want to return the favor, to tell her how the time spent with her was the best part of the semester, that she helped me forget my worries, even if it was only for a couple hours every school day. As clear as the words are in my head, I can't quite piece them together aloud. Every time I consider opening my mouth, everything suddenly feels like a jumbled mess. There's something, though. It's small. She deserves more, but it's the one thing I can say with absolute clarity.
I love you too.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's freaking go! She gives a small grasp as her grip loosens on my hand. She smiles wider than I've ever seen her smile before, only to have it shrink and shrivel as she takes a sip of her drink.
Ugh.
Echo Colm?
No, it just tastes too much like coffee.
See, I knew I liked Caprice for a reason. Me and her, same page.
What? But there's hardly any coffee in that. Your cup is like 99% sugar.
And it ain't enough. We gotta make that number 100, baby.
We've been a couple for less than 3 hours and you're already trying to break my heart.
I slid a cookie from my side of the table over to her as a peace offering, which she is quick to accept. Our conversations dip back into random bits and bobs as the sky changes color over the city. That was cute. That was cute. Yeah, cute! That was adorable. The trolley drops us off a couple blocks from Caprice's apartment, just as the sun vanishes from sight. We walk the rest of the distance to her place, fingers intertwined and smiles on our faces.
Well, Olive,
Yeah?
Caprice?
I had fun.
Me too. Maybe we could do it again.
Definitely. But you're in charge next time.
This morning feels like a lifetime ago. I completely forgot I was upset about that. Thankfully, I feel like after today, I have a better read on the kind of experiences Caprice cherishes.
I think you have an outstanding IOU for cooking lessons.
Outstanding is right. I have high hopes.
It's date.
Sure is.
She motions me closer and I oblige. Oh my gosh, it finally happened. I've only been asking for it all freaking, well, like I can't say all stream. The first hour of this, hang on, the mic's really far from my face. Hang on, let me bring it closer. I leaned back. You know, the first hour was not this at all, but the second hour and a half, this is all I've been waiting for, and it finally happened. Oh my gosh. I love these two. I love them too. Ah. It's so good. It's so good. The art's so pretty for it. Even with the build up to it, our kiss doesn't fail to take me by surprise, with my chest feeling fit to burst with warmth as our lips meet. The day of the semester feels like it was a million years ago. The worries and fears hung heavy on me the entire time. A lot of it was self-inflicted, I know. But even if it wasn't, when I think about all the time spent stressing out about the situation and being terrified of letting the people closest to me down, and then bringing myself back to right here, right now in this moment, it was worth it. Mom was right. The irony of it is all pretty silly. I spent so long in my thoughts that before I know it, Caprice pulls away and her eyes open to meet mine once again.
Good night, Ollie.
Good night, Caprice.
Good night.
I am still recovering from her surprise, and I wave and watch her enter her apartment. The warmth I'm feeling right now will be enough to stave off the cold until I can find my way home. Stop. Oh, but it happened. It finally happened. Let's go. This is what I'm talking about. This is huge for the Mets. Oh my gosh. There's a reason Theo drew Olive and Caprice together for Kiss Day, and then Millie and Haley together. Wait, I don't think I saw that. Well, when is Kiss Day? I don't think I saw that at all. Yo, kissing W, let's go, it happened. It was perfect. Perfect. Down to the last minute detail. Oh, but, oh, let me send it to you real quick. Okay, thank you. And while you do that, I'm just going to hit us with a quick save, because that's definitely where we're going to end for the night. Just because it is pretty gosh darn late. Sorry again for being late and then getting distracted. Again, I can never mutter the word, we're not going to talk for too long this time. Because I feel like it's when I do that, then we talk for the longest amount of time and never get to anything. But again, I still enjoy it. I still do enjoy those a lot, so I don't actually mind at all. So let me pull... Boop, 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 boop. Gosh, I'm gonna hate when those EVs drop. Good night. I'll hope you have a good night since stream is ending. Thank you so much for coming, Andrew. I hope you have a great rest of your night. Bye-bye. But before stream ends, though, we are obviously going to be doing some more Undertale tomorrow. Actually, for realsies, for surezies, definitely going to be finishing the Pacifist run. Most assuredly. Also, Dark, try checking out the games I mentioned. I feel like you'll like them. Y'all have a good day. No, I definitely will. I'm definitely going to look into them because they do look pretty freaking cool. But next week we do have something a little special going on, where we're going to be playing Why Not Both, a visual novel made by someone who is here today, Social Mechanic. And I feel... Oh, spoilers. Spoilers for Late Game Designs. I'll repost it. Wait. Oh, boop. Oh, that's so cute. And honestly, I don't think I've ever thought of Haley and Millie together. But that is very adorable. Oh my gosh. I didn't know that Kiss Day was the thing. I mean, granted, everything's a holiday, essentially, but that's awesome. That's so cute. Thank you so much for sending that to me. But yeah, no, it's another romance visual novel. We actually watched the trailer for it, I think specifically on the last Twofold stream, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was when we watched it. So if you were there for that, then you kind of already like have a good idea of what it's about. But yeah, that we're going to be doing that most likely on Tuesday. So I'm really excited for it because it looks really good. And yeah, I was going to say more about it, but I think that's really all there is to say. I'm also very grateful for the opportunity to get to play it before its release and get to show it off to everyone. I'm very excited and so grateful for the opportunity. And yeah, it looks so good, so I'm really excited to play it. So we're going to definitely be getting to it. Again, next Tuesday is when I'm planning on it, and if there are any changes, I'm actually going to post a schedule for this next week. And if there are any changes, then it's absolutely going to be there, and I'll put it in like the Twitch stories and stuff, so I'll let everyone know. But that is the plan for next week, so I hope that everyone can be there for it. I definitely cannot see Haley and Caprice together if the Millie route were to happen. No, like, as much as I like the energy, like, I love the grumpy kind of like grr kind of, not, well, Haley isn't really grr, she's just kind of like reserved. I like the really reserved person being with like the heavily outgoing person. That's a dynamic that I really do like. But I think Haley and Caprice specifically don't go together like that. Which is like, I'm sorry, I had a little throat thing again. Which is something I've never really thought about up until now. But I really can't see them being together. Whereas Haley and Millie happening during the Caprice route just makes sense, I feel. So it feels like this might be as close to canon as it gets without invalidating the other route. Yeah, and that's always like the struggle with like having multiple routes. That's why like with Fate Stay Night, the sequel Hollow Ataraxia is this weird mishmash of timelines colliding in on themselves essentially to validate all three of the routes so there really isn't a canon one. Oh my gosh. I think I've had a conversation. When did this happen? I've had a hang on, I'm really scrunched down. I'm shrimping so hard right now. I'm like really furled back into my chair. Hang on, I need to move my mic closer to my face again. When did this happen? I'm sure that there's been a conversation with Theo and or Caps about making, like, it was obviously jokes, but it was where I said the idea of Threefold, the beautiful name for a sequel to Twofold, and then we talked about the idea of doing a Hollow Ataraxia-esque sequel where both the routes are canon, and it was stupid. But like, when did that happen? That's gonna bug me. That's gonna bug me so much that I can't remember when we had that conversation. Hollow Ataraxia is so funny. I haven't played it, but I've been a little spoiled on a couple of things, and it's so silly. It's so dumb, but in like the best way. I'm looking forward to playing it so much, but at the same time, that's like so far in the future. Because my plans for reading visual novels on the other channel right now is to finish Heaven's Feel, then Surodame, Jost Blue, the first boy love visual novel that I'm going to read, and then Kindred Spirits on the Roof. I have that saved as a tab open right now, so I will never forget it. Then that's the next one I'm going to do. Then after that, it'll probably be Hollow Ataraxia there. So very far away is what I'm trying to get at. Incredibly far. God, Tracy, you have incredible intellect and memory. Do you remember? Because it was on stream. It was on some stream. I don't remember where. Oh. I don't know why I suddenly just did a little tune. I was gonna ask if you remembered where the Threefold conversation first started. At least the first time I said it and brought up the whole sequel idea and what they do with it. But I think it was during the Dandelion update stream that I did. The Dandelion set update stream that I did is where we talked and joked about that. I think that's where it came from. And I'm really glad that I remembered that, because it was genuinely going to bug me for like the next week until I figured it out. So basically is how that was going to go. I'm really glad that got sorted. I'm pretty sure that sounds right. Good. I'm glad that sounds right. Because it doesn't matter. But again, it was going to bug me if I couldn't remember. But yeah, with all that being said, that's a great place to end it for the night. I'm looking forward to getting back into this next week, and again, why not both? We're going to be streaming that on Tuesday, and obviously doing our normal Undertale next Thursday, just so everyone's aware of the upcoming week. Again, I'm going to try and put out a schedule for it and try to be more consistent about that. So yeah, with all that being said, thank you everyone so much for coming out tonight. I had a great time with it, and I hope y'all did too. With that being said, I'll see all y'all beautiful people in the next one. Bye-bye!